Hi everyone, welcome to TVON. My name is Joyce and happy Wednesday. Okay, first of all, I know it's 2 seconds in. We had a ton of you guys miss out on yesterday's Alexandrite ring. Yes, that one. Worked extremely quickly. Today I have 3 options. So that's a super early preview to everyone who maybe missed out on yesterday's Alexandrite ring. I have 3 brand new pieces today. All right, with that being said, hi everyone, happy Wednesday. We have blue wing black tanzanite today. We had one yesterday, it is gone. It was that lovely, large stone in that dome style design. And today I have something a little bit different, still going to be in that oval cut shape. We have designer rings today. We have a couple of our color combination pieces. I feel like it's been a while since we last saw my kunzite and aquamarine in the pendant, so I brought both out today. So if you've never seen it before, one is ginormous and the other one is maybe a little bit more wearable. So both pieces are here today. Brand new designer pieces are here as well. Pearl lovers, I got you covered. And I have, over the last couple of days, I've been bringing you guys some of the more, like the citrines, the amethyst, the London blues, the Swiss blues, and kind of unsurprisingly, the most popular has been the amethyst. So today we are going to continue with that amethyst trend, and I have some rather large stud earrings to share with a couple of you guys. Very excited about that. And if you have any requests, Ginger, I do have your request, so whenever you're ready, I'll have it up here with me, and I can show it for you. And if you have a request and you want to just call us and just, read off some item numbers, we can always check in our system, check in the back. If we still have it, you want to see it again, we can bring it on out, and all will be well. So a lot to get to today. Rubellite earrings. And no, I do not mean, teeny tiny little studs. I mean what might be the largest rubellites I have ever seen in a pair of earrings. They are set in a design that we created together all those months ago on our, when Fridays was online only. We had created them together, and they are here with the largest rubellites I have ever seen in a pair of earrings. So get ready. And we'll just get right into it because we got a lot to do today. And let's take a look at our very first item, which so happens to be a color combination piece. This is 1126926, and this is a combination that, I feel like I've seen it before, but it is so uniquely done where you have on one side a tanzanite, and then on the other side you have that beloved crystal opal, and it's kind of leaning to one side, so there we go. That is what it looks like. Now, it almost looks like it almost looks like an hourglass, is it not? I'm just thinking back to, I think it was last week when we had that hourglass style tanzanite pendant that I had done with the fancy stones, right? But not quite in terms of perfectly matched stones, but here it's a really interesting play on color, right? On one side you have the cool blues of your tanzanite, and then on the other you have sort of like a haze of your beautiful bright hot reds, some neon greens definitely coming through, and then blending into the yellows as the stone turns. And this is entirely in the 14K yellow gold. You have a split shank going down the sides leading into the band. True to size on this one, 64 points in your tanzanite, carat 19 on your crystal opal. And funnily enough, right, there are diamonds in this piece, right? Like very clearly they're there, right? But this piece had been up here for at least a good, like hour before the show even started, and only just now did my brain finally acknowledge the diamonds, because I have been so just fixated on the tanzanites and the crystal opal that I just completely ignore the diamonds. But yes, you are in fact getting 22 points of your diamonds in this ring as well. $29.99 should be priced on this one. And it does cover a lot of surface area on the hand, right? Don't think that just because they're not 20 karat stones does not mean that they're, microscopic on the hand, right? This ring is actually pretty sizable for what it's worth, and this is what it looks like. I would love to just wear it on the index finger. Again, this is a rather unique style, a rather unique play of color, And that is what it looks like. Again, it's not a small ring, right? Pear shapes, they tend to, have a more elongated look, even though they may not be the rounds, they're more of a, square shape. They're not exactly like an oval where they're kind of stretched out, right? But this right here, when you have your two pear shapes set like this, where they're pointing at one another, right, that just gives the ring a larger look. And this is a fantastic way to work with these smaller stones. And in this case, smaller is not necessarily a bad thing, right? If your tanzanite was like 5 carats, then this design is not doable, right? You might have to opt for a pendant, which, when you have such an interesting color combination, I would think that you would want to have these stones on your hand, right? Especially when there's an opal involved. And here's what we're gonna do. This $29.99 ring is not even going to be $999. Again, it's still solid 14K yellow gold. These stones are still natural and from the earth. Same goes for those diamonds, and this is what we are going to do. I mean, right? Everyday wearable is not like any other ring that we've had here. It just screams, right? Designer, right? And here's what we're gonna do. Yellow gold only on this one. We're gonna bring it back up close here, and I will show you what it looks like from the side, right? From the side, I mean, truly, this opal, I must say, it may only be a carat 19, but look at all of the reds, the greens, the yellows that it has to offer, even from the side. These are pieces that you don't necessarily just take one look at from the front and then just be done with it, right? That's what paintings are for. Paintings, you hang them on the wall. Especially at museums, you have a painting on the wall. You have to be at least like 3 feet away to just admire the painting. But here, not so much. You're not getting these pieces to just hang on the wall and then just, stand a distance away and go, oh, that's nice, right? You get to have these pieces in your hand. You get to just, turn it around, see it from the side, see it from the front, see it from this angle, right? All of these different angles, this is what fine jewelry is all about. It is not something to just be admired. It is something to be worn and loved. And for this ring right here, we are going to make it $888, and that is it. Very first caller gets this one. Cannot duplicate this because we don't have exactly another crystal opal to perfectly match it here. So $888 on this one. And yes, it is an entire ring. We will still size it for you. We do quarter and half sizes, just an FYI in case you didn't know. And it is a beautiful, beautiful piece. And hi Ginger, hi G. Okay, so Ginger looks like she is ready for her request here. So I saw her note on on Facebook, so I will get that out here. Thank you for letting me know, Ginger. And let me know on this one, $888 on this beautiful, beautiful ring. And I just can't help it, right? Every single time I see a piece that has that color combination, I just gotta bring it out, right? So $888 on this one. Now, next up, we have Ginger's request, which happens to be 1127429. And of all of the diamond deals I've seen happen throughout TVON history, I have to say I am rather impressed with this one. This is not for the faint of heart. This is for anyone who loves large diamonds and large earrings. This is not for someone who's, exclusively only wears, half carat studs per ear maximum, right? This is for anyone who says, I want to walk into the room with these on and I want all eyes to turn and look at me. So that is what is going to go on next. Let me know on this one. And here we go. This is what your earrings look like. These are, yes, those designer earrings. And I'm just showing this part first because I want you to see up close and personal how these earrings are built. So we kind of discussed this not too long ago where for earrings, the best way to have them is to have them set so that they will move with you. So it's not just one solid piece, right? For one solid piece, you'd probably want to go with rings. But for something that are going to be, in your ears, where, you're going to be moving every single day, right? You would want these to move with you. So as you can see, that center portion right there moves independently of the outer halo right over there. So these are the earrings, and I'm going to set it down here so you can see, aside from the bottom double pairs, what you have at the very top. We have done before studs that look like this, right? That look like this floral shape. And those studs are insane, right? I remember them, some of you probably remember them, and if they have, they looked very similar to this, right? And they had very similarly sized diamonds. And those earrings were insane, but you know, when you have stones this large, right, it makes sense. The prices start to jump up, but it makes sense, right? These are not for the faint of heart. These are definitely for anyone who loves large diamonds and large earrings. And that's what it looks like from the back. So again, there is no backing to worry about. And yes, you're getting the entire pair, so don't worry. You're not gonna pay full price for just one earring, but I just wanna show you as well what it looks like against the hand, because we've talked impressive diamond halos, right? Where from a distance you can count each individual diamond. And here, in a pair of earrings of all things, the exact same thing is happening. And this is 7 karat 20 of VS diamonds. Just because the stones are larger and that there are more of them does not mean that to help you get a value, we have to, you know, downgrade the quality of the diamonds, right? We are not going to opt for SI stones. We're not going to opt for I stones, right? That's not where it's at. We are still going to bring you VS quality at the absolute best value possible. And this is it. I honestly cannot believe it. These earrings started at $19,999, and I guarantee you, if you see these earrings in some high-end jewelry store, in some high fashion magazine, right, that would be a pretty reasonable price tag, right? If I knew nothing about diamonds and TVON and the fine jewelry world, and I saw these earrings just in a picture, you know, on a model's ears in a magazine, and I saw the price $20,000, I'd be like, you know what? That makes sense, right? They look like $20,000. But here's what we're gonna do. We can do it in the white gold or the yellow gold. Now, if you wanna do it in the yellow gold, here's the only thing. You will have to give us some time. We will recreate the entire mounting. Yes, all of this times 2. And we'll make it in the yellow gold if you want. I know some of us are exclusively, you know, we only wear the yellow gold. Some of us only wear the white gold, right? That's fine, right? I don't want to, you know, make you say no thanks just because of the gold color. So we're gonna offer this in the white gold or the yellow gold. But if you want it in the yellow gold, you'll have to give us a little bit of time, and we'll do it for you. We will recreate the entire gold mounting, and we'll have our jewelers take apart the stones one by one and move it over one by one. But this is it, guys. The ultimate value on a pair of earrings. You are getting the entire pair, well over 7 carats of diamonds. And even as, like, I'm just holding it here, right? The top part acts like a stud. And then as it just goes down here, you can see how the two sections, they definitely do have a lot of movement to them. And when you have diamonds that look like this, I mean, here it is. I'm just shaking my hand a little, and can you see how dazzling all of the stones are? It almost looks like they are dancing in place. If you guys remember, very few times we have brought to you guys this style of diamond setting called the dancing diamonds, where the diamonds are literally held in place by O-rings, where it'll literally like swing back and forth, right? But here, these stones are so large, but still so clean and so bright that just shaking my hand a little bit, it looks like your diamonds are dancing in place. This entire pair of earrings is not even going to be $7,999. And although most of our focus has been on the diamonds, you still have to remember there is a lot of gold in just even this one singular earring. You are getting the entire pair, and you are not even paying $79.99. This is not like one of our staple pieces like the Wonder Rings where, you know, we can bring it back every so often, right? This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We cannot continue to bring these styles back, especially the way that gold and diamonds are going, right? This is an opportunity. This is a chance. This is not even going to be $79.99. Let's bring them back up close. I'll show you what they look like as well against the ear so you can get a size perspective as to what they look like, right? These are so high-end. They are just screaming high fashion. And guess what? They are obtainable. You don't have to, go out to certain places and say, hey, I'd like to rent those earrings for a day or two and pay a couple $1,000s. You can get them now. You can own them forever. And you are not even paying $79.99. Even from here, I am just looking at my monitor and I can count each individual diamond. That is how sizable each individual stone is. You will not be disappointed. This is not $79.99. Call me right now. White gold or yellow gold, your choice of. We will do it. Let's bring them back up close. I will hold this one. And let's go. For this entire pair, you know what? I might as well hold it against the hand. I think they look better like that anyways. So here we go. One caller gets it. We are going to make it $6,999, and that is it. For over 7 carats of not only diamonds, but also this much gold. I mean, just straight up in the backing of this mounting, of this pair of earrings, can you not see how wide that gold is? This is not, paper thin, lightweight, dainty. This might be one of the most substantial earrings we have ever done. It is here by request, and boy, am I happy that it is here, and it's only $6,999, and that is it on one of the ultimate diamond necklaces that we have ever done. And I myself am not a, over-the-top diamonds girl, but there is something about this where it just draws me in, and part of me is like, hey, I wouldn't be mad if if you told me to wear these for the rest of the show, right? They are here, $69.99, white gold or the yellow gold. Let me know, and we'll bring it up close so we can show you. I guess I'll hold it one more time here so I can show you what the diamonds look like from the front. So hopefully you'll get a better perspective there, but they don't really sit well because they are so fluid, right? Again, it's not one solid piece. If it were one solid piece, then it'll be perfect, right? But here it's like a mess because of how many, O-rings there are, and just how fluid truly it is. This is the perfect earring, and I'm gonna move on here, so please. This is it, guys, the ultimate diamond deal. And next up, speaking of large pieces, we have the largest coral I have in a ring. This is 1120104. This is coral, and I have no idea why this is still here, honestly. We've only seen coral, or I've only seen coral in a cabochon cut, right? In pendants, in some rings here and there, but some part of my brain never really processed the thought that coral could actually be like this, where it's like a sphere, like a bead. So here's where we have not only a coral sphere or a bead, but we have one of the largest in a ring. It is quite impressive. It is in the 14K yellow gold. It is 15 millimeters. I know, right? Like, have we been seeing pearls this large? And here we have a coral that is 15 millimeters. 5 points in diamonds, but that's okay. And here is yet another great example of a piece that you shouldn't just take one look at from the front and just, make a judgment on, right? This is a piece that you should look at from the side, from the top, from the other side, from the bottom even, right? And really just truly take in the entire piece and then make a judgment on it. This is, although it's a coral piece, this is, again, the largest that we've had in a ring. That is a perfect sphere. And the start price on this, I'm not really surprised, $3,999. We've only historically seen the cabochon cuts, and now here we have that perfect round. Now, when any stone, counting corals, pearls, tanzanites, diamonds, anything, when the stones get larger, they get a little bit more prone to, let's say, imperfections, right? So although, I just want to make a note, although this is that perfect round, I just want to say that there are some, I like to see it like a map, right? There are some, locations here and there on the coral, as you can see right there. So although it may not be that perfectly smooth, color throughout, I think it's, it adds to how interesting it is, right? It really tells you the history of this coral. And parts of it almost remind me of, other planets like Jupiter or Saturn, right? And here we go right down there. So I want to give you a complete 360 on this coral right here, even from the back. So I don't want you to, think, oh, I didn't see the back of the coral ring. I wonder what it looks like, right? That is exactly what it looks like. Still, a lot of gold, a lot of attention to detail to create this one singular ring. I just think it's a beautiful piece. And yes, 15 millimeters, it is large, but this is what it looks like on the hand. So, well, everyone saw that, right? I put my hand down and that one singular diamond just went flash, flash, flash. It's like a paparazzi for your coral. This entire ring, only one of its kind, is not even going to be $19.99. I would love for someone to try out the largest coral in a ring that we've ever had. And this is it. Again, it's everyday wearable. It's still natural. And here is what we are going to do. I love how, the center stone is, literally a coral. But I love how instead of just, settling for, regular 4 prongs, 1, 2, 3, 4, the design was really incorporated into the consideration of your coral. So it literally looks like a coral reef holding your coral. And here's what we're gonna do before everyone starts thinking, is coral even a word? Like she keeps saying it so many times, like, right? True to size on this one, $19.99, it's not. And this is what it looks like one more time, back up close and personal. One singular diamond. It may be only a 5-point stone, but my goodness, that is a one bright diamond right there. Here's what we're gonna do. This entire ring, yes, even when gold is, record high prices, we are going to make it still $999, and that is it. For my largest coral in a ring here today, $9.99, that is it. Stays in the yellow gold. We can size it to whatever size you need. We can do quarter sizes, we can do half sizes, anything you want, we can do. And next up, I have a beautiful, now yesterday we were talking about double panthers, but what I have here today is a double feather piece. It is a double feather with blue sapphires. So although there's no, gold or color combination happening here, it has still got that feather motif, a motif that has been rather popular here in the last couple of years and continues to be so. So here's where we kind of branch out with this feather motif, and we are going to be bringing you 1127942. It is brand new today. It's got blue sapphires in them, and it is a beautiful piece. And again, designer pieces, only one caller can get it. So let me know on this one, my largest coral in a ring. And next up, here we go. Perfectly matching pear-shaped royal blues set east-west in a feather ring. And this is going to be in the platinum. You have 76 points total weight of your pear-shaped blue sapphires, and there we go. A combination of your millgrain work with the platinum with your 49 points in the diamonds creates this look. I love the fact that although these sapphires may not be larger stones, this is what I've been loving as of late. With these smaller stones, the bezel setting, the channel setting, right? Setting it in a style so that the stones are not covered. Because when you have beautiful stones like this, the last thing you would want to happen is for, a good chunk of the stone to be covered by prongs. Sometimes it's necessary, right? Otherwise, how else can you have your stone in your piece? But here, there is another way, and it is here with that bezel setting. I love that the millgrain work was still translated over into this specific setting. And this ring, a lot of detail, right? 49 points in the diamonds, but That is a lot, right? There's that single halo around each of your pear-shaped blue sapphires. There's just, diamonds covering all of the rest of the feather, leading into your platinum band. It is true to size here, and we'll take a look through the back of our sapphires here. Both are perfectly matching. Both are that bright, beautiful royal blues. And here's what we're gonna do. $29.99 should be price on this one. And don't get me wrong, this is also not exactly a small little stone because, right? Although it may only be 76 points total weight in your blue sapphires, when you have two stones set east-west, and then you just have an entire design just go to the edge of your finger, that just gives it such a large look. It is not a tiny little band. This is a piece that you can really just appreciate the design without having to bring out the loop, right? And this is what we're gonna do. $19.99, I don't like that price either. We are going to drop it down even further. It's just currently not my size, so it's still true to size on this one. And this is for all of my feather lovers. I know I'm trying to bring back some of the feather designs, in the pendants and the earrings and the rings, but, we're working on that. Here is the perfect alternative in the meantime, especially with those royal blue sapphires. It gives it such a regal look, right? And it's not even $19.99. We're gonna bring it back up close. This one has to go. And we're gonna drop it down. We are going to drop it all the way down low, $1,299 for two perfectly matched blue sapphires that look like that with the feather motif. True to size, wear it wherever you want. I'm even contemplating it as a potential pinky ring. That is what it looks like on the pinky. So, maybe not if you want to, maintain the integrity of the design. I would probably not wear it as a pinky ring, but if you were though, look at how sizable it would be. And it's only $12.99. That is it for, it looks a lot, right? It looks like, she's missing some carat weights here and there, but it's all there. That is just the magical aspect of our jewelers where, they can set these stones and make these designs look far larger than those numbers up there. And let's bring it back up close. One more look here at our one and only blue sapphire feather ring here today, brand new. And if you have any requests, we had a request today, and we are looking for more. So if you have a request, if there's anything that you have been thinking about, whether it's from the last week or from a couple months ago, as long as it's still here, we can bring it out and we can show it to you. So let me know on this one. I hope that it is gone. And next up, I'm going to bring the smaller of the two Kunzai Aqua pendants that I have, the more wearable style. This particular pendant was modeled after a very specific pendant that we had done that I think about basically every single day. The pendant that I kept thinking about was that blue zircon and mandarin garnet pendant. And, that thing lives in my mind rent-free. But this, although it may not be with, mandarin garnets or blue zircons, these stones are still rather bright and lively. This is 112655 And when I put it down, it was facing away from the lights. I just brought it up just a little bit here, and look, the entire piece just came to life, just like that. One simple motion. Once again, that is why the emerald cut is so popular. Now, the kunzite by itself is already an 1811. So that by itself is already a pretty substantial stone. And then I thought, you know what? These two are some pretty nice, they're saturated stones, but can lean a little bit pastel-y. So I just thought, why not bring on board a carat 74 aqua? And the aqua is a baguette cut. So if you notice, the corners are not cut down like the emerald cut, they are points. So that is how this piece came to be. And I'm I am beyond delighted with how it was, how it looks. It's very simple. 14K in the white gold, stays like it is. You're not seeing any of the gold except for in the prongs. And this is what we are going to do on my $69.99 should be price on this one. And again, even though, I designed some of these pieces, I'm not gonna add an extra, charge them this percentage on top of that, right? No. I want you to have these pieces, to wear them every day, and just to love them, right? These pieces are meant to be loved. And if you want to see the larger one, I got the larger one, but just be warned, it is a lot larger here. It makes this one look like a teeny tiny little baby pendant. But here's what we're gonna do on this one. We'd love for someone to just try out another one of our color combination pieces. This is definitely something that you do not get to see every day. And this is in fact also what it looks like on the hand. Kunzite has been a rather interesting piece to design for. Tried it before with the Mahenge pink spinels and it looked great. I was rather surprised. It was kind of an experiment, but it worked out really well. And the same thing can be said about this piece. It almost looks like they're bouncing the light back and forth between the two stones, like they're playing a game of tennis. But these two stones, they gotta go, they will go, and they will go together, of course. It's not even $69.99. And then before you say, yeah, I'll wait for the larger one, I mean, this is not exactly a teeny tiny little piece, right? Even the aqua, that is only a carat 74, still has its own level of presence. And even from here, where the camera is literally a couple feet away from me, you can still see the color of your aquamarine. It is not a washed out blue. I only pick the best of the best in gemstones. I don't pick, lesser quality stones, right? Those are in the rejection pile. I don't look at them. I don't touch them, right? They're just over there. They're just existing. Here is where it's all at. And let's bring it back up close. I would love for someone to just try it out. These are the stones from the back. So I am holding it by the hidden bail right there. You can see your stones from the back, from the sides. Clean throughout. Color is consistent throughout. There's no color enhancing, shenanigans going on here. And for this piece, one caller who would like to maybe just try it out, we're gonna make it $2,999, and that is it. This is the part where I love these stones, right? It looks dark, it looks like nothing, and then it looks like everything and so much more, right? Two beautifully saturated stones, only $29.99, and we're gonna see who gets it here today. Now, I'm gonna hold on to the larger one, but I will also quickly flash it here in case you might be thinking, you prefer the larger stones, right? We all have our preferences, we all have our opinions, which that's fine, but that's just a heads up there. It needs a cleanup, but look at that, right? 1, 2, you have 2 options here today. This one is going to be significantly more, but I mean, the kunzite itself is already significantly larger also for the aqua here. So this is just the larger one, just a quick little flash on that one, my big boy right there. And let me know on this one, $29.99. Now, I could not believe my eyes when I saw this ruby ring. First of all, it was a design that I created a couple years back. I was, getting a little tired of the regular halo stuff, but they gave me an assignment, which basically was, just create a mounting for a carat, carat and a half, even 2 carat yellow diamond, right? Back when we actually had yellow diamonds coming in. And, there's only so much that you could do with yellow diamonds, right? It's always, single halo of yellow diamonds around your center stone. And if you want to give it another yellow diamond halo, sure. And then it's a white diamond halo. And then, it's just halos, right? It's rather boring. So here's what I decided to do. I decided to add some gold to it, like a gold frame. And I also decided to add some other shaped diamonds. And it came out looking like sort of like a shield, but it's definitely a very eye-catching piece. The next item is going to be 1126685. Now, that was a mounting that was originally created for yellow diamonds, right? Top quality natural yellow diamonds. And yet today we have that exact same mounting. It's in the two-tone gold with a ruby in it. Now you know what that means. If she's showing a ruby, it must be rather nice. Not only is the ruby rather nice, I could not believe the price tag. I thought, okay, somebody messed up. We're gonna have some trouble here. But I saw this ring and I thought, no way is it the price that is written here. So let me know on this one. You're not going to believe it. And here we go. This is that ruby ring that I am talking about. Is it not a rather nice ruby? Is it not, rather clean and bright and glowy and needs a clean? This is our carat 18 center stone. It is not a small little piece. Let me get it cleaned up a bit here. And you guys know me. Usually when I see a piece, I like to play a little guessing game. Before I look at any of the other information, I like to just look at the piece and just guess the price, right? Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. In this case, I was beyond wrong. And clearly my little cloth up here is not enough, so we will get that cleaned up for you. But you first look at this. A carat 18 ruby, to me it looks a little bit larger, but that's okay. It has 11 points of your yellow diamonds in that halo immediately surrounding your ruby. You have 19 points in the pear-shaped white diamonds in the corners of this design. And on top of that, you have 35 points in the rest of your regular round diamonds, right? Completing the design. You have gold, but not just any gold. You have a frame of 14K yellow gold just to wrap it all together. And the rest of the piece is going to be in that white gold. So it definitely needs some polishing here, but look at it, right? You have your yellow gold, you have your white gold, you have your white diamonds, you have your yellow diamonds, and you have your ruby. And I know a lot of you guys do this with me, but every time a piece appears, you probably like to kind of guess the price, right? And if you've been watching for a very long time, right, I've talked to a lot of you guys, and you guys, guess the price before it's even up there, and you guys are usually right. So you guys know what you're talking about. But on a piece like this, when I first saw it, okay, and I've seen a lot of our pieces, I kind of can also tell what the prices might be. I saw this piece and I was like, okay, I'm gonna guess a $5,999 price tag. And you've seen some of our other rubies, right? They do tend to hover in that $59.99 space. And I was like, okay, surely this must be at least 1.5 carats in that ruby, and it's, it's clean. Rubies, you have to look at clarity, right? And on top of that, dress it up with some yellow diamonds, dress it up with some pear-shaped white diamonds, right? And then I looked at the final price and I went, oh. I was way off. Before that though, I looked at the information one more time. I looked at the picture, which is, it's not a tiny little picture. It's like, it takes up a good amount of the bag space. And I just went back and forth between the piece and the information, and I went, this is the right information. The carat weights, check out. How is a ruby of this quality only this price, right? And before we move on, I just want to zoom in. Again, forgive the watermark on the ruby. We'll get that cleaned off for you. But that is what the inside of the ruby looks like. Yes, the inside of the ruby. Not just, look at the surface of it and, imagine what it would look like if it were clean, right? That ruby is glowing from within. That ruby is full of fire. It is full of life. It has a personality to it. And it's not going to be even $59.99. I could not believe it. When I saw that price, I went, well, I have to bring it out. And not only that, but I have to bring it out in the first hour. I have to share it with everyone. However, I only have one of these. I only have one ring, one ruby. And this is a style that has been gradually phased out, so we probably won't see it ever again in the future. It was just kind of a one-off thing, right? A little, fun side mission to design for a yellow diamond, and yet here we are with a carat 18 ruby in the center of it all. This ring, can't believe it. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Melanie. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, right? Yes, it's Wednesday. This is what it looks like on the hand. Okay, so here's where you can really get a proper size comparison. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's just the size of the mounting, but does that look like a carat 18 to anyone else? To me, it looks like a stone that is far larger than a carat 18, but we'll just go with it, right? If the price is this good, if the value is this good, then we'll just leave it as is, right? But look, the band is barely visible. You can still see your single halo of yellow diamonds. The outer gold frame doing its job, wrapping up the entire design together. And this ring is not even going to be $3,999. I just simply could not believe it. A lot of pieces here and there, they will stop me in my tracks because of how it looks. This stopped me not only because of the way it looks, but also because of the price tag. And here it is today. Ruby lovers, this is the one. And let's go. That's what it looks like from the side too, right? So not half the hand at all. Yes, there's a lot going on there, but everything is contained inside of that yellow gold frame there. True to size on this one. It's just currently not my size. And this is what we're gonna do. I mean, look, you're looking at it from a distance away, and the lights are not even on my hand right now, right? They're all looking down there. They're not even on my hand. And the ruby is just absorbing all of that, light that it can, and dancing it around inside of your ruby and then reflecting it back into your eyes. If this ruby were included beyond recognition, it would not be looking like this. It'd just be a shape, right? A cushioned shape of red, and that's it. Here's where you get flash. Here's where you get life. Here's where you can get one of the best rubies I have seen. And I am very particular about these stones. This is eye-catching, and I cannot believe it. It's not even $39.99. We're gonna bring it back up close, and I cannot recreate this style. I cannot recreate this value. This is truly, yet again, another opportunity. I feel like everything here today is an opportunity, but this is it. This ring right here, right in front of you, with this quotation, carat 18 ruby, is only going to be $2,999. I just simply could not believe it. You cannot get a stone that looks like this loose. And now here, not only are you getting a stone that is exceptionally clean, but you are getting it in a mounting that has, no lack of gold, no lack of fancy diamonds, both in color and in shape. It is all wrapped up in a pretty little ring just for you. We will still size it for you. It has to stay like it is in the two-tone gold. But to get a ruby that looks like this, that will be cleaned, for only $29.99, can't believe it. It is here. Let's give it 60 seconds. And next up, I will be bringing the beautiful, mention it at the very beginning, 2 seconds in. I said hi, and then I said to everyone who missed out on Alexandrites, I have brought out 3 rings, and those 3 are going to be coming up next. But $29.99 on this one is absolutely unbelievable. You gotta try it out, and once you see this, you'll probably never go back to any other ruby you maybe already currently have. So call me on this one, and next up we have our trio. All 3 stones, or all 3 pieces, are rather pretty. They are rather beautiful, and I will have to get them cleaned up here before we move on, because I was excited. I was like, I know we just missed out, not even 24 hours ago. And here we have not one, not two, but 3 options today. So 3 individual people can call in and say, I'd like this one or that one or whichever one. So here we go. Hi, Kate. Happy Wednesday. And I'll get them cleaned up. This ruby for only $29.99. If you want to see what else I might have here, I can say that I have rubellite. I have no other ruby. This is the one that I'm showing for today, and this is it. So let me know on this one. And next up, we have my trio. Please do not forget about this one. And let's go. Okay, so this is going to be that first one, and I'll talk a little bit more on this one in particular. The next one we have has 2 stones set east-west in this sort of a bypass style design. And the last one right here has multiple rounds set in a band. I'm going to zoom out just a hair here so we can have enough space for all 3 stones. These are the pieces that I have for today for our alexandrites. The aspect about yesterday's alexandrite that everyone really liked was that the moment I put it up, the stones were purple. We typically know of alexandrite to be more of this golden green color, but the moment that ring was put up here, it was purple. And that was how sensitive those 2 stones were to our lights. I'm going to zoom in just a hair here. Now, we already made, the band is already gone. Sounds good. No surprise there, truly, right? Let me even just, I'm going to do some rearranging here. And I'll put this one in the back. I'll put this one in the front. I will put this one in the center. And I'll even just zoom in to each of them one by one. So what we're going to do here, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. As you can see, these stones in the back, in the other room, a couple feet away, they are not this purple color. They are that bright blue-green color. And yet here, they look mostly purple. Gonna block one of the lights, and you can start to see some of the original colors of the alexandrite comes through, right? It's more of that blue-green color. And then as I take my hand away, it's bright purple, right? Just blocking one of the lights. And that is how sensitive these stones are to the light. Everything up here should be at least $29.99, and yet they are not. I'd like for everyone to get a good look at, I think the middle one's already gone, so don't call on that one. But these 2. Now for this one, although it may not be outright a purple color, this one does not look like this in the other room either. It is more of that bright golden green. And yet here, you see that it's more of a silvery green. It's got some of that purple color to it. Under a direct incandescent light, it does change to a beautiful steely purple. And this is what we're gonna do. This stone, if there's ever a style that reminds me of the piece from yesterday, it's gonna be this one. You have 2 of your ovals set east-west. There's not a single prong to be seen in this ring. In fact, let me move this one aside here. And let me bring this one to the center. And we're going to zoom in once more. And we will, one of my arms is already blocking the light here. But as you can see, it's got that bright purple color to it, right? Almost looks like a Royals and Baron. Block the light, it goes back into that blue-green color. Never have I ever seen alexandrites be this sensitive to the light. And here we go. In fact, since we're up close, I'm just going to bring this one up close. And I also must say this stone, I mentioned the original color is more of that golden green color. And yet here, we are seeing just straight up blue flashes in this stone. So I just like to block the light and see just like that. The stone went from this cooler, icier blue-green color with a hint of purple. Block one of the lights, and do you see that? The stone turned warm. This is a warm green. This is a cool green with a hint of blue and purple. Just like that, exactly the same thing that I did with the other two. Block of light, it's warm. Take away my hand, it's cool, right? There's no editing happening right now. And this is what we're gonna do. Looks like my trio already went down to a duo. No surprise there at all. And here we go. Take your pick. It's not even going to be $19.99. My oh my, who is this for? Pamela. Sounds good. You know, when I saw this ring for the first time, I thought one day I must hold it in my hand and I must try it on, and today's the day. So Pamela, thank you so much for the request. This ring caught my eye and I didn't get a chance to really see it up close, so today's the day. Thank you so much for the request. And here we go. The band is already gone. No surprise there, but let me try on the band also for our caller who got it. So there it is. Again, smaller stones, yes, but still incredibly visible. A wide style band, but still true to size on this one. And it's not even $19.99. This is for everyone who maybe missed out on my Alexandrite. And this is what we're gonna do. Take your pick, either this one or this one. True to size on both. I will try both, and I think, oh, I didn't read any of the carat weights. Is that the problem? Okay, so for the one in the back, this bypass style right here, 33 points total weight for your Alexandrites and 8 points for your diamonds. This ring, you touch it, there's nothing to catch on, right? The stones are all burnished set into your band. These are both platinum. All three were platinum. And it's not even $19.99. The other one right here, that is a 32-point individual center stone. And I don't exactly have a carat weight on this one. It is empty, so I guess you're getting some free diamonds. But if I were to guess, it'd probably be around 25 points, right? So those diamonds on the sides and right next to the stones, those are not small diamonds. Those are pretty substantial by themselves. And it's not even $19.99. Take your pick. We are going to make it $1,299. And yes, I will try this one on right now. Those bright, lovely purples. And then the moment I block the light, it turns into those blue-green color. That is what it looks like on the hand there. So yes, it is going to be entirely smooth, true to size on this one. And it's only $12.99. Let's bring it back up close. I will grab the other one here and also try it on the hand. And don't be deceived by this one. Just because it looks like what our Alexandrites usually look like does not mean that it is not color change. They are 100% color change. This absolutely does not look like this in the other room. It has more of a warmer golden green color to it. Showed it to you a couple moments before. If you want to see it again, let me know. But it is a beautiful single stone on this one, surrounded by these larger diamonds. And yet it is not overwhelming. Everyday wearable. It has the overall shape of a band, and it's only $12.99. Take your pick on either of these two. And let's bring it back up close here. Take one more look before we move right along into Pamela's request. Love this ring. This is another instance of diamonds done right, and I am so glad that it is my size. I can actually wear it. So let me know on these two. Let's give it 60 seconds here, and we will find out who is going to grab the last two of our Alexandrites in rings. And this is it. So I know yesterday was a rather nice surprise, right? Usually we know that with our mixed lighting up here, we should expect for the stones to look a little different, but yesterday what happened, that was that was crazy different. And I'm glad that we have, you know, some more options here today to help out anyone who maybe might have missed out on yesterday's fantastic Alexandrite. But here it is. Our last two options here today. Please do not forget about my $29.99 ruby. That one must go. And anything else, if you want to see my other larger kunzite with the aqua and the pendant, it is here, but I have to get a good close-up look at this ring. It is beyond stunning. It's got yellow diamonds and pink diamonds, and that's it. I have had my eye on this ring. I've been wondering, when is it going to be here? And probably saw it fairly recently, but I haven't gotten the chance to try it on yet, so it is a beautiful one. Next up, 1127820. Just love to see it. Again, I am, not exactly a just cover my hand in diamonds sort of person, but when you have diamonds in a design done right, that is when everything changes. And, diamonds and flowers, not exactly my thing, but this one I will make an exception for because it looks like this. Wow. This is in the 18K rose gold. You have a carat 48 of your pink diamonds on the inside of the flower. You have a carat 40 of your pear-shaped yellow diamonds. I don't exactly have to point them out where they are. You can see them right in the center. You have a carat 14 of the remainder of your natural yellow diamonds in the round. This ring is even more impressive up close. We can take a moment here and appreciate all of the detailing in this flower ring. I honestly did not expect for the inside of the flower to be pink diamonds and then the outside for it to be yellow diamonds. I just thought that it would have been all one color, but just changing it up, just giving that slight little difference changes the entire look. If the entire flower petals were pink diamonds, it still looked good, don't get me wrong, but it kind of blends together from a distance away, right? But by setting these yellow diamonds so that it's resembling the overlap of the petals, right? The outside of the petals as opposed to the inside. This is this is next level designer. Has to stay like it is in the 18K rose gold. And you can see why it's caught my attention, right? It's probably caught everyone's attention. Even in a room where you are literally surrounded by rings, earrings, pendants, necklaces, bangles, this is the one piece that just immediately just stood out to me, right? Even if you were to put this piece back into the bag and then into a box where you have literally hundreds of other pieces, this would be the piece that would catch my eye. First of all, those pear-shaped yellow diamonds. I'm tempted. I'm tempted if this one does not go. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm not gonna do it, but I'm thinking. And this started at $15,999, where you're getting over, just a little over, 4 carats total weight of your pinks and yellows. I don't know how they did this. I don't know when they did this, but I know why they did this. It is so that someone out there can have one of the most beautiful, fancy rings to honestly possibly even ever exist. And referring back to those diamond earrings that we saw at the very beginning of the show, same exact thing. This could easily be on a, high-end fashion model's hand in a magazine, and you could just slap that price tag up there, $16,000 for pink and yellow diamonds, and I'd be like, yes, that is fair. If I didn't know of TVON, right? I'd be like, yes, I'll never be able to get it, but yes, that's a perfectly fair price. Those stones are saturated. It's a rather large ring. And the way that it's been designed, right? It's not every day, right? It's not like the rose ring that we have here, done in all pave white diamonds, right? No hate to that ring. I love that ring too. It's also extremely well done and very detailed for that ring. But when you incorporate fancy colored diamonds, suddenly it's like, all right, we are taking it a step further. But here's where we're also going to take it a step back with the price tag. We're not gonna, elevate the price tag just because you have, all of these perfectly matching round diamonds, all these perfectly matching pear-shaped yellow diamonds, right? We're gonna take a step back and we are still going to give you the absolute best value possible on this ring, and wait till you see it on the hand. This is the moment that I have been waiting for. I have been waiting for how long to finally try on this ring, and now here it is on my hand. It is stunning. The band disappears. Now from here, it almost looks like a ribbon design, right? It almost looks like the flower turns into a ribbon, where you still have a flower in the center with your pear-shaped yellows, but then suddenly, it's almost like the petals turn into these free-flowing petals, which they're not flexible at all. This is gold, but when you can use something that is solid, like gold, and transform it so that it looks like it's frozen in time, like you're watching an animation of, some fabric, some scarves, flowing in the wind, and then suddenly you hit pause, right? Where you know that it's still a fluid motion, but then now it's still. It's like frozen in time. It's not easy to achieve this sort of look. And here it's been done. It's been done extremely well, and that's what it looks like from the side. Rose gold only on this one, stays true to size. Let me move it over to my index. Just, thinking. It looks good there too. You can honestly even wear it on the middle finger. I'd probably say here, here, or here. That's it. It's not going to be $15,999. I'm gonna bring it all the way down. Thank you so much for the request on this one. My dreams have come true. Finally, this ring was on my hand. I got to wear it. And now it will be going from my hand to your hand. Call me right now on this one. It's not going to be that $15,999. We are going to bring it all the way down. Cannot recreate this style, especially not with the pear-shaped yellow diamonds, or even the pink diamonds, or even the yellow diamonds in the rounds. It's only going to be $5,999. And this is going to be a dream come true for one caller out there today. $59.99 on the ultimate designer flower ring with fancy colored diamonds perfectly matched across the board. And this is it. So let me know on this one. You can't call me and say, I'd like to see something similar to this. There is nothing. The only other flower rings that we have are the rose ring, which I don't even know if that is in stock. And we have the other double flower ring, which is only with white diamonds. That's it. Anything fancier, don't have it. This is it. This is your one and only chance. $59.99 on one of the best, not only for the stones, but also for the design. The wearability is still there, and it's only $59.99 on this one here today. Two of my Alexandrites are still here. I'll probably recap them in a moment. But thank you so much for being here with me. My name is Joyce, and happy Wednesday. First hour flew by just like that. So into the second hour, we are already in. I have some private collection stones, if you don't mind me showing you. I have rubelites, I have blue zircons, I have mandarin garnets. Those tend to be the usual three these days, but they are something else. I have a round of all of the larger private collection blue zircons we've seen. They've been in the cushion cuts, the ovals, the pear shapes. I think that's it. Rounds. We never really see the rounds. And yet today, I have a round in a ring, and it is beyond. It makes the diamonds look sad. So I have that ring. It is coming up. I have rubelite as well, the largest in a pair of earrings that we have ever done. And if there's anything else you want to see, let me know. We are taking requests until the end of the show. And I'm excited for this blue zircon. Let's bring it back up close and take another look at our flower ring. And this one has to go here. But yeah, it's like today's like definitely a diamond sort of day, is it not? But we have a beautiful round private collection blue zircon coming up next. It is a stunner, and it is in a ring that is still very wearable. I think I brought this to you guys fairly recently, and I just thought, how is it still here? Must give it another look. It has to go. So call me on this one, and this is also another piece that I would not be mad at if you told me to just wear it for the rest of the show. I'm gonna try it on one more time here. I am honestly rather surprised with how obsessed I am with this ring, right? I'm not exactly a girly girl, right? I don't wear flowers. I don't wear, floral prints. But if this thing were on my hand, I would not be mad at that at all, right? And here we go, only $59.99 for this one. That is this is a work of art. This is indeed a work of art. It is not a ring, it is a work of art. So call me on this one, it is fantastic. Let's bring it back up close one last time here, and then we'll see if we have to say bye-bye to this one here. But next up, we have 112-7759. And I have this blue zircon in a ring coming up. I also have, I mentioned this yesterday, didn't get a chance to show it, blue zircon in a pair of earrings, larger individual stones. So we've seen a lot of the studs, we've seen a lot of the smaller stones in dangles and drops, but if you want, large stones, well, I got large stones here. So call me on this one. Next up we have that private collection blue zircon. And it looks like that. It makes our VS diamonds look sad. Yes, those are still VS diamonds, but when you have a stone that just glistens like this, where it literally outshines your 86 points in diamonds, I'm not mad about it at all. If I have a ring that very specifically has a particular center stone, I should hope that my eye is just focused on that center stone. I do not want to be distracted by, oh look, the diamonds are pretty bright, right? They kind of beat out the center stone. No. This is where we are just looking at your blue zircon. It is a private collection stone. It is a 1294, a relatively larger size. But given the fact that it is around on the flower, it is currently a 7. Yeah, it's true to size on that one. It fits comfortably, you do not have to size up or down. And this one is also true to size, it tapers nicely, you don't have to size up or down. And yes, this one, do keep it in the white gold. I think it looks the best that way because, again, there's a lot of diamonds here. It's giving the look of a bridge mounting, but as you can see from the side there, these stones tend to be cut a little bit deeply. We mentioned this briefly yesterday, and I'll mention it again. Kunzites especially, and blue zircons, they are typically cut a little bit on the deeper side, which is why, they're a little bit more difficult to work with, meaning we do have to sometimes custom make mountings for these stones. So don't think that just because it's a signature style or it's a bridge style, or we don't even really set these stones into bridges because of, again, the height then that your stone would be like over here, right? And we don't want that. So sometimes we will have to make slight modifications to these mountings that you have seen, some of these pieces that you have seen every single day, just for one stone. And here's what we're going to do on this one, $12,999. We're not going to leave it there. I know it looks like what blue diamonds wish they could look like, and if only, right? If only blue diamonds could look like this, but if they did, and if they were still of that natural color, then it'd probably be like a couple $1 million, right? We're not here to spend a couple $1 million on one ring and just put it away and never wear it. We are here to bring you stones that look their absolute best. Again, there's no sparkle filter here. There's no, blast a bright blue light on our pieces and then hope that they sparkle and look really clean and nice and bright, right? There's none of that. This ring will look like this regardless of the color of the light, right? This stone will look like this if you just give it a little bit of light. If this ring is still here by tomorrow, I will, if the sun is out tomorrow, I will do the exact same thing. I will take this ring outside. I will take a video of it under direct sunlight. I will go outside at noon when the sun is the highest in the sky. Yes. Of course. On the hand? Of course, would love to. Well, she knows me. I would love to wear this for the rest of the show if I could. So another question on the flower ring. No problem there. Wants to see it one more time on the hand. Don't mind if I do. That is what it looks like on the hand. Oh, that's perfect. Jess says that tomorrow is the first day of spring. My favorite season, allergy season. But yes, I mean, right, from the sides, it's not flat. It's not a, stuck to your hand, flat design, right? It is dimensional. Again, it's like you took this flower from outside and you kind of just froze it in time and just dressed it up with diamonds, and it's a ring. So again, last look at it on the hand, prepare to say goodbye to it forever, and beautiful piece. I already miss it. I already miss it. So thank you so much on this one. I will now have to sadly take it off of my hand and put it away. But this one, don't worry, Blue Zircon, I will try you on too. But here we go on our beautiful Blue Zircon. And forgive me, I know right now you're like, oh, there's a big old window in it, right? No. There's no window in this stone. It is only because the stone is so substantial that the ring is actually leaning forward. So if I turn it to the side here, the back of the band is elevated off of the wheel. This is what it would look like better, right? So this right here, I'm holding the back of the ring down. This is what it looks like directly into your eye. So no, that is not a window. That is just, how the stone is faceted, but that is what it looks like directly into your eye. There is not a window to be seen in this ring. Guess what? One caller can get it. I'm gonna try it on as well. Thank goodness it's my size. Look at that. It's like the entire area over here just dimmed down because of your Blue Zircon. This is by far one of the best out of the private collection I have seen. If you've been, hesitant with trying out one of our private collection Blue Zircons because you don't know exactly what you're looking for, well, if you're looking for a stone that is dazzling, you found it. It's right here and it's on my hand. This kind of reminds me of my cat. I'll explain. So my cat is a medium gray color. When I take a photo of her against a darker background, she looks like a light gray. When I take a photo of her against a lighter background, she looks like a dark gray. She's not a color changing cat. She's just a medium gray cat. But because of how, she is against different background colors, the phone or the camera, whatever you use to take photos, right, it'll adjust itself so that it's like, how do I say this? It's like in opals, right? Where you have a medium gray background to bring forth the subject. Here, however, it's like the opposite case. Here it's like the subject is so bright that the background has turned darker, right? My hand looks dull. There is no, fancy camera magic. This is just because I put the ring on my hand. That is because of how bright and intense it is. It makes everything else look a little bit sad. But don't worry, the diamonds, they're still VS diamonds. They're still set perfectly, right? From here where you're not exactly being blinded by that Blue Zircon, the diamonds, they're still VS diamonds. They're still bright and sparkly and brilliant. But then once you reintroduce that Blue Zircon, suddenly it's like, oh, those diamonds look a little sad, right? But no, they're still VS diamonds. They're so bright. It's just that your center stone is just that much brighter. And that's a good thing. You want to have a private collection stone look its absolute best. Here it does. And we are going to drop that price all the way down. It's not even going to be $6,999. Of all the pieces I have seen out of the private collection, Blue Zircon wise, I have not seen a stone that looks like this. We've had a lot of ovals, a lot of cushion cuts, even some pear shapes here and there, even the largest radiant cut. But guess what? A radiant cut cannot do this. It cannot dazzle like this. Yes, it'll have these nicer, larger, more angular, flashes of light here and there. But if you want something that, mimics a diamond but looks even better with this beautiful, intense, bright blue color, this is the one. Still true to size on this one. The basket wraps around your stone, so it is secure even though it is of a deeper cut. The stone, the culet right now, it is not scratching me. I don't feel anything. And look at that. Even the culet itself is so bright. It looks like a laser point. And here is what we're going to do on this beautiful opportunity of a ring. We're going to bring it up close. We're going to take one more look at it. I'm going to hold it down one more time and just look at that, right? Diamonds, yes. Blue zircon, yes. What more do you want? Tell me, if there's something holding you back from this ring right now, what could it be, right? Because I'll help you with the price tag. Design-wise, do you want another ring? If you want more diamonds to it, I feel like I have that wave design single band ring that I feel like could add more diamonds to it if that's what you're thinking of, right? If you want any other sort of band ring to stack around this, right, we'll bring it out. We're gonna make this ring $4,999 and one caller gets it. $49.99 for a 1294. That looks even better than our VS diamonds. And if you have our VS diamonds, you already know how they look in person. We do not play around when it comes to quality and when it comes around to diamonds. Here it is, the ultimate blue zircon piece, and it's only $49.99. Only have this one. If you want to request anything else, I had brought an oval just yesterday, also out of the private collection, had princess cut diamonds next to it, right? But does it dazzle like this? Not really, right? It's still a beautiful stone, don't get me wrong. But because of the way it's cut, it'll reflect the lights back into your eyes differently. This is where you can get the maximum number of sparkles per stone here with the round, and it's only $49.99. One caller gets it here, and again, there's not a window in it. It is just that front heavy that the ring just kind of falls forward like that. So still true to size though. Get it in your size. It will not, roll or turn or flip or do a backflip here. It'll stay put on your hand. But it's $49.99. That stone is bright, beautiful blue. There's no greens to it, no other colors to it. This is blue zircon. $49.99. Call me on this one. Do not forget about my ruby that was only $29.99. And I might just quickly flash these because I know that they are quite large, but if anyone is maybe even a little bit interested in the largest, was that a different transition? That was nice. This is our largest rubellite earrings, and yes, they are from the private collection. So this is just one of the earrings. This is a style that we had worked on together. I had everyone vote, and this was the winner of that vote there. And this is our private collection rubellite, and in a pair of earrings, of course. Post is slightly dropped there, so to accommodate if you have any stretched out piercings, and of course, just so that the earrings don't fall forward. We like to keep them balanced and centered in your ears. So this is just a flash. If anyone is even remotely interested, let me know and I can bring them back out for a full presentation. But yes, two perfectly matching round rubellites in a pair of earrings. One person gets it. And let's take another look at our blue zircon here and see. I have a blue wing black tanzanite today too. Oh, you know what? Let us get to our amethyst. Had a couple of these amethyst, ametrines, mentioned peridot, citrine, Swiss blues, London blues, garnets, and amethyst. It's always been the most popular and no surprise there. Next up, it's 1119543. Had created these styles a while ago. I like to give it this asymmetric sort of look. If there's anything else I love above color combinations, it's asymmetry, right? Asymmetry means that you get to have a couple different ways to wear these pieces, and this is what your amethyst will look like. There is one of them, and I am cleaning up the other one, but here you have 350 total weight of your round amethyst, 42 points in your diamonds. Half diamonds, half gold. You can wear them however you want. They are in those perfect rounds. And even better, you can change the gold color. Took it into account that a lot of you guys like amethyst in the white gold. A lot of you guys like amethyst in the yellow gold. But a lot of these pieces, if there's a complete single halo around your stones, then you don't really get to appreciate the gold color, right? Here's where you can. It's not going to be even $19.99. Now, I have a couple of pairs to go around, so that's a good thing. But I don't have a million of them. For the rubelites, they are 716 total weights for the rounds, center stones, and 79 points for the diamonds. So, had a question on the rubelites. And if you want to see the largest rubelite ring in the oval, that is also here today. The beautiful part about our amethyst is that it is not a washed out color. It is not a washed out purple, right? That's how you know, that's how you can tell kind of really quickly the level of quality of your stones. And then that's how you can also tell if the price is worth it or not, right? Because if you have stones that should look really nice and saturated in color, and then, you know, they're charging you the same price for light, you know, washed out stones, then you probably do not want to keep them. Here, again, there's no color correcting, there's no, you know, pull down the color of the amethyst, right? These are those dark, beautiful purples, perfectly matched stones. They've got that equal flash of those bright hot purples with those really intense blues. And from here to there, some pinks, of course. And it's not even going to be $999 a pair. Guys, these are not small little earrings. These are not earrings that you wear in your, you know, second piercings. These are primary piercings only, and I will show you why. Don't just think that 350 total weight means that these stones are small. The stones may not be like the size of our blue zircon that we just had, but given the extra layer of the diamonds and the gold, suddenly it's like your individual amethyst suddenly turns into a button style stud. Suddenly it's like, oh, I cannot wear these high up in my ear. These are for the primary piercing and the primary piercing only. We can do them in the white gold, the yellow gold, or even the rose gold. Now that I think about it, I would love to have these in the rose gold with morganites. The only problem is finding another morganite. So definitely an idea that I'll have to look into. But given the gold presence, given the gold weight, right, the width, these are no longer small itty bitty little studs. These are present. You can see them from miles away. It's not even going to be $799 a pair. Again, I have a couple to go around. So if you wanted to get a couple as a gift here or there, you can. It's not even $7.99. We're going to bring it back up close. The post is in the direct center so that you can play around with how you want to orient them. But look, these are not for here or up here. These are for down here, and that's it. $7.99, not going to be your price. $350 of amethyst. This is only half of that $350. And look at what it can do. The size of just your stone. The gold and the diamonds here, they're just an added bonus, right? Change the gold color to whatever you want. The gold is reflective. The diamonds are brilliant. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring it back up close. We can put them both up together here. And I'll also show you what they look like from the side. So that is from the side. Your stones are protected. They are wrapped, especially in that gold. And that's what they look like from the back. So again, the post is going to be in the direct center. Right? These are perfect rounds. Even if you had one like this and the other like this, you know, it doesn't matter, right? They're rounds. They're not going to look like they are, you know, outright just upside down. But if you wanted to orient them specifically in a particular way, I'd probably have the gold part at the top and the diamonds towards the bottom, right? I think visually that would look fantastic. They're not even $7.99. Only have a couple of pairs to go around, and that is it. We're going to make them $699. Take your pick. Take as many as you want until they sell out. But they are only $6.99. $6.99 a pair. Call me on these. Let's give it 60 seconds, and we will move on very quickly here. If anyone wants to see the rubellite earrings, let me know. If anyone wants to see my large kunzite and aqua in a pendant that I had flashed, let me know. And you know, my kunzite pendant, it always reminds me of that one time we had the kunzite panther pendant, and that one is long gone, but you know, I often think about several pieces, and that kunzite panther piece has been you know, it's also been living in my brain, you know, every so often. So $6.99, looks like we already have 3 pairs gone in the yellow gold. No surprise there. Yellow gold is very popular with the amethyst, and white gold, you know, a close second, but yellow gold seems like it's the popular choice here, but you can change it to whatever gold color you want. Have another pair verifying over here. So there we go. Let me know. They will sell out. They may even sell out before the end of the show here, so no surprise there, however. And private collection, Mandarin Garnet, coming up next. In a ring that is rather immense for its size, but the price tag on this one, right? The value is definitely there. And it's going to be in an oval. It's in the yellow gold currently. And let me see if there's anything else I should probably mention here. Ooh, before we move on though, let me actually just quickly flash something. This is a rather interesting brooch. In fact, I don't even know how I should hold it, if I should just use my hands. Because when we think about brooches and pins, we probably think about wearing them off to the side, right? But what I have here is a pin that just came open, and I am afraid of needles. So let me try to put that back before I have a full-blown panic attack up here. And let's see if that works here. So call me on the amethyst, and let me just quickly flash this one. So typically we have pins, right? We usually wear them off to the side. But this one, I would not be opposed if you were to, you know, wear a U-shaped neckline of a top, and then wear this in the direct center of that. So that was just my little idea here. It's definitely very different from anything else we've ever seen here. You know, I think, you know, wearing in the center, I think that's an idea. You know, there's no, you know, guideline on how you should wear these pieces, but I just wanted to quickly flash this. I just think that the design is very interesting, the shape. It's kind of giving like a wonder ring sort of shape. And yes, there is a black opal in the direct center of that. And just if you're interested in this one too, just let me know. Can bring it out here for another look. But let's go back to our amethyst here, and the pin just came out again, so I'll put that away. And let me know on this one. Looks like we have another 2 yellow golds going out. No white gold lovers out there today, or do we have one? We will find out. But let me know on these. They will sell out. Next up we have 1125495. And it's going to be that private collection Mandarin Garnet look. And, you know, you're not seeing it right now. It's on my hand. But the way that the gold is reflecting so that the gold looks like onyx, it looks like a completely different ring from what you are about to see. Keep calling on these. I'm going to move on, but that does not mean that they are sold out here. And this is going to be our private collection Mandarin Garnet in a ring here today. Bright, vivid oranges. It's our 210 center stone, 77 points in the diamonds, and directly surrounding your center stone is, yes, going to be that solid mirror finish 14K gold. Currently in the yellow. If you wanted to change it, you can. But I think we can all agree that our private collection Mandarin Garnets, they do in fact look the best in the yellow gold. In fact, I don't think I've seen one, you know, be changed to a white gold before, but, you know, a lot of these have gone out and they have never come back. So no surprise there. Try it out. This is where you can get a larger center stone and not have to pay that price. $59.99. And guess what? For a ring of this size, $59.99, that is, you know, just looking at it, right? Just looking at it on the hand, that would be a completely fair price. It's not a small ring. And yet somehow it's only 77 points in the diamonds. Somehow it's got all this extra gold. Somehow there is a 210 mandarin garnet in the center. And somehow it's not even $29.99. When you have a ring that has this level of gold, especially again where gold is going with pricings, which, you know, starting to sweat over here, it's not exactly easy to bring back these designs that require a lot of this gold presence to it, right? Even in mountings like our saddle mounting, even in pieces like our bridge mounting, where there's an extra layer of gold, right? Where it's just a ring that is so large that it requires that much gold to create. Here's where you can still get the gold. We're not going to charge you extra for that, you know, that halo in the center right there. That halo of gold, where it looks like a sunshine, right? The sun's rays. We're not going to charge you extra for that. We are not even going to charge you extra if you wanted to change it to the white gold or even the rose gold. This ring right here is not even going to be $19.99. I know. $19.99 for all of this gold, 77 points in diamonds, just for the mounting, right? It's not doable. You're getting a 210 in the center, a 210 that looks actually smaller because of how large the mounting itself is. But if you can just like isolate the center stone outside of the mounting, right? That by itself, that stone, it is not a small stone, right? If you want to see smaller, I got smaller. I can make comparisons. But that is a 210, and it only looks like it does, is because of the gold and the diamonds. And there's no band, right? There is a band, but you can't see it. I would even wear this maybe even on the index. So let me just move it over there for a quick little second here. But look at that. I know it's not my size, so I left a mark. But look at that. Even on the index, it could work. It almost looks like a medallion style. I would love to see the style as a pendant, right? How beautiful would that be? It's almost like giving a seashell look now, right? With the outer wavy halos. And it's not even $19.99. Try it out. The first time we've brought these private collection mandarin garnets out, a lot of you guys went, oh, it's a nice stone, but why is the price so different, right? Because when you have something that you've seen before that was, you know, the standard, that, you know, even I thought was that's as good as it gets, and then suddenly we bring out stuff that looks like this, suddenly it's like, oh, I had no idea that mandarin garnets could look as clean as this, as bright as this, as good as this. The other stones that we've seen for years and years and years, while they were still the orange colors, they had a little bit of that deeper orange color to it, right? A little bit more of the reds, right? Here's where you can get pure orange. There's not just a little bit more of the yellow color. There's not a little bit more of that red color. It is that pure bright orange color. And on top of that, it is clean. You know mandarin garnets. You know that they should not be this clean. This is why the private collection material has come out. We are here to share the collection. Stones that have been sitting in a collection for who knows how long. They are finally here today. Glad that you are here to see it. And glad that I am here to give you this opportunity to maybe even just try it out, right? They may not look like the former material, but I think that this is better, and we are still going to give you a value. There is no comparing these stones to anything else. You can, right now, take a picture of it and send it to another network, your local jeweler, and say, hey, do you have anything like this, right? No, they don't have anything from our private collection, only we do. So there truly is no comparison on the price, on the value, but we are still going to do our best to give you the best for the best. And it is right here, right now, this ring right here in front of you. Again, if you wanted to change the gold color, we can do it for you. Give us some time. can change it to the white gold, can change it to the rose gold. And we are going to make it $1,888. Mandarin garnet does not get as good as this. The clarity problem is already solved. The color is even better. The size is there, and the value is there too. Truly, for these stones, it's about the color and the clarity, right? Size, we have sizes here. We have, half carat stones. We have a 6 carat stone, right? We've got it covered. But the clarity and the color across the board, for it to stay consistent, that is not easy to do. This is not something that just happens, the next day, right? This is something that is accumulated over time. And now it is finally here to share with you the cleanest stones in the Mandarin garnets you will ever see is only here, right now. The stones of the Mandarin garnets that are of this bright orange color, it only happens right here, right now. I can zoom in all the way inside of the stone, and we can all just take a look and see if we can even find any sort of inclusion. That is how confident I am in the clarity of these stones. And you are looking at the stone right now as if it were under a jeweler's loupe. This is not looking at it with only your eyes. This is like you just went a level closer with higher magnification, and you're looking at it under a jeweler's loupe. In fact, those diamonds, you can see the prongs, right? That's how close we are. And guess what? Not a single flaw to be seen inside of your Mandarin garnets. And it's only $1,888. One person gets it. Let me know. We're going to zoom out just a hair here so we can see the entire ring. And it's only $1,888 for my one and only private collection Mandarin garnet. And there we go. One caller gets it. Now I do also have a yellow zircon. It is, I know that, our eyes cannot exactly taste things, but I saw this ring and I immediately just went, honey. This looks like a honey stone to me. It is a beautiful stone. And, I kind of took away the spotlight from the Mandarin garnet for a second there, but that yellow zircon definitely needs a home. If you want to see the rubelite earrings, let me know. And let's see, gold quartz earrings. I might start flashing some pieces here, so if there's anything you want to see, let me know. But gold quartz earrings that look like this. So yes, fancy diamond, gold quartz, pair of earrings. Those are here too. You're getting an entire pair. If you want to see that, let me know. And also have a pair of blue zircon earrings. If you're wondering how large can we go, well, let me just quickly flash them and tell you a quick diamond or a quick stone weight. So these are the blue zircon earrings that I have here today. They are also from the private collection. And yes, these are some rather impressive and large stones. If you are interested in this pair of blue zircon earrings, the total weight for just the zircons is 1052. Yeah, so just throwing that out there. If you're maybe a little bit interested in adding a larger pair of earrings of blue zircons from the private collection into your collection, that's all I have. Next up, we have that yellow zircon that I had quickly flashed. Let me know on this one, white, yellow, or the rose gold. And here we go. This right here is 1125681. Now, even though this is a stone that is not exactly, from a private collection or from this or that, I think it definitely does deserve an honorable mention. This is that bright yellow stone. It is our 830 cushion cut, a rather fancy cushion cut. And on top of that, 71 points in your diamond, single halo, diamonds down the band, currently in the yellow gold, love it as is. The prongs blend beautifully into your center stone. $59.99 should be price. And this is one of those rare stones that I have to say that I really like, right? It is that bright yellow color. There's really no other secondary hue to it. If I were to be a little bit more specific with the color, if you can see in the corners right by the prongs, it does lean a little bit to the darker yellow color, but the flashes of light, it is that bright, vivid yellow. This, I have to say, these yellow flashes remind me of that flower ring that we had not too long ago, right? With those bright, pear-shaped yellow diamonds, but here you are just getting these bright, intense yellow flashes inside of your stone, and guess what? It's not even going to be $29.99. Now, this is another stone, another piece that is a great example of, you're not going to get these pieces to just, judge up front like this, right? These pieces are not paintings. Paintings, you hang them on the wall, you don't exactly get super up close, right? Directly have your face in the painting and just kind of like examining it like that, right? These pieces are meant to be, held in your hand, try it on your hand, go under different light sources here and there and see what every single corner of this ring has to offer. I mean, look at that, straight up. I know the band is in the yellow gold, but your stone is so intense that the light has turned the back of the band into that bright, vivid yellow. Again, there's no color enhancement going on right here. There's no, special spotlight off screen, blasting light through your stone right now, right? We just have those two lights in the front. We have one light up here, and that's it. There's no special effects going on. So truly, the intensity of the stone that you're seeing right here is just the stone. Just the stone plus one light minimum, and that's it. And look at this. In the center, in the very front facet there, it is a diamond right there. It is a diamond-shaped facet. How special is that? It's almost like a hidden message in the faceting of your stone, right? It is special. And it's not even $29.99. I am here to give this ring away somehow. Appreciate it. Don't just look at it like this and say, eh, and then, move on, right? Really just take the time to get to know your piece, to get to know your ring, to get to know your stone, try it on, right? See what it can do. It can do a lot. And this is what it looks like on the hand. Again, a beautiful, bright stone. Take it outside. Take it outside for a walk, right? Go get the mail with this ring. It is beautiful. And it's not even $29.99. One caller will get it. You think $24.99 is going to do it? I don't think so. Try it out. One of the most pure, bright, yellow gemstones that I have seen. And I've only seen a handful of them. Quite literally, only a handful of them, right? Couple of yellow sapphires here. I'm going to exclude yellow diamonds because, But yellow sapphires, only seen 3 or 4. Yellow zircon, aside from this one, only seen how many? Danburite, right? We only had 2 Danburites in TVON history, and that's it. And this ring right here is not even $24.99. Does it not literally look like there's honey inside of your stone? Golden implies that there is a deeper yellow color, even bordering a little bit of brown, but this does not have that. It is just that bright, beautiful, pure yellow color, a color that is incredibly difficult to work with once again, a color that, you just give it a slight little drop of green and suddenly the entire stone has just turned, right? Yellow naturally is a brighter color. It's not like the royal blues where they're deeper, where, you drop in a slight drop of green and, you may not notice it, right? But this color is naturally extremely bright, so any sort of faint hint of a secondary color would potentially, in a way, ruin the stone. Here it does not. It's not even $24.99. Call me now if you like it, because for this price, I think a lot of you might like it, and I only have one ring to go around. So here's what we're gonna do. Gonna bring it back up close one more time. See what it looks like from the side and from the back, right? How consistent that color is. That bright, again, pure yellow color. True to size band on this one. It is, although it's just one color, it is still such a fun stone to just play around with, especially with the light, especially considering this, I'm gonna call it a fancier cut, right? It may just be a cushion cut, but you can see that there are some pretty fancy facets going on the surface and behind the stone. This ring is only going to be $21.99. One caller gets it. That is it. Let me know if you want to see anything else in the golden zircons. Well, it's going to be a little bit difficult to beat this one. So here it is, $21.99 on my blue zircon. I think my largest coral is still here. So if you want to see that again, I believe it was $9.99 on the largest coral in a ring. My golden zircon is still here for the time being. Any requests are welcome. I have blue zircon earrings that I flashed. I might as well just show the rubellite earrings up next. They are just sitting here in front of me, and you know they're giving me the sad puppy dog eyes, and I know I'm gonna show you guys next. So get ready. Rubellite earrings are coming up next. Golden zircon is still here for the time being. Let me also flash really quickly that blue wing block tanzanite that I mentioned that I only have 2 for 3 days, and today is day number 2. So this is what it looks like, a rather custom-made mounting for a rather important stone. So that is just a quick little flash on that one. If anyone is interested, I also have turquoise pendants and ruby and diamond bands. So I don't know if we've seen this before. Certainly a stackable style here, but these are all princess cut diamonds and rubies channel set in a band. So again, smooth to the touch, will not catch on anything, and it is extremely comfortable to wear. So if you want to see that, let me know. I have imperial topaz. I have a fancy cut amethyst that I had flashed yesterday that I didn't get the chance to show. Speaking of blue sapphire, I have a beautiful blue sapphire, and I think my double feather ring may still be here, so just a heads up on that one if you want to see it again. And next up, it's going to be the private collection rubellites. It's going to be 1127905. It's going to be in that two-tone gold, and it is absolutely beautiful. 2 perfectly matched stones, right? I'm looking at it up close right now, and yep, they are definitely perfectly matching stones. I mean, the color is not off at all. The sizes are perfect. The shape, they're both rounds. And they're both set in 1 pair of earrings. So, coming up next, we're gonna bring our rubellites, and I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to display this. So we're gonna move aside this one here. These will not sit up for me, so I'm gonna have to hold one for the time being. But this is going to be our private collection rubellites in a pair of earrings. If you've known this style, you've seen it. We've done it with, I feel like, with tanzanites and turquoise and maybe even gold quartz before. Here it is now holding 716 total weight of our round private collection rubellites. Beautiful, iconic color. These are not light pinks. These are not any other color. This is that true rubellite color. And on top of that, you've got all of this diamond weight. And yes, the sections, they will move. So again, same thing with the earrings. You want to have them move. You don't want them to have them stay still, right? Then they're no fun. Then they really kind of just weigh down on your ear. 79 points in your diamonds. Yes, you are getting the entire pair. And just take a good long look at the stones up close and personal. Again, they are tourmalines, which means that they are included. These stones are not 100% clean. But guess what? It doesn't matter. Especially when they look like this. And I'm okay if there's like some inclusions in these stones, because that just proves to you that they are natural. These are not man-made stones. If they were man-made stones, then we'd have a bunch of rubellites, because everyone loves rubellites, but we don't have a lot of these to go around in the first place. These are natural stones, perfectly matched, supposed to be $99.99. And this is what we're gonna do. And from the back, you can see that the post is slightly dropped there. So if the post were directly at the points, then I think it would be really uncomfortable to wear. I specifically made a note when these were in creation to lower the post so that it feels more balanced on the ear, and so that if you have a slightly stretched out piercing, it's not going to just full on just stretch your piercing out even more, right? So slightly dropped post. You have your dangle mechanism right there. You can see the O-ring where the white gold part is hanging onto. Once again, a lot of gold in this one singular mounting, but guess what? It's not solid, which is a good thing because then it's not going to weigh down on your earlobes. Not solid meaning that you can see in the back right there, it's not just one solid chunk of yellow gold. Then I'd have a little bit of a concern. Then it'd be like, okay, it may be a little bit heavy and I probably wouldn't recommend it. Right here, not a problem. We'll give you larger backings for these so they will still stay put. And I'm gonna set this one down here in a way where it doesn't, fall forward. So that is another angle look at it. I'm gonna zoom out just a bit here so I can go and grab the other one and show them both together, but they will sit at that weird angle. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab the other one, and it looks like I just went copy and paste, right? 2 perfectly matched stones, over 7 carats total weight. Would have loved for us to just, make 2 rings and make 2 people happy, but nope. Perfectly matched stones means that they must be set in a pair of earrings. 1 person gets it. If you want a ring, I have my largest. It is a 1538 oval in a ring. It is here today, and it looks like a brand new price tag on this one. Can't believe it. But for these, we're gonna bring them all the way down, and if you wanna just think about it, you can hang up if the price is still, not in what you're looking for. But if these go and you are 2 seconds too late, I wish I could help you, but I can't. These stones, singularly, just one individual stone, they are not easy to come by, especially when to get it in that right price point, right? Rubelites, they exist out there, right? This goes for every stone. Specific stones, they will exist out there, right? Yellow diamonds, 3-carat yellow diamonds, they exist out there. It's not like there's, only 5 in the entire world and we got, 4 of them, right? These stones exist out there. The quality, I'm sure that a lot of these stones meet our, standard for quality, but the problem is the price, right? We can easily get, a couple, let's say a couple of these stones, but can we do it for that value that you know us for? If we can't do it, then there's no point, right? So here's where we can still get you these beautiful stones, give you a fantastic price on them, and these are for 1 caller and 1 caller only. $49.99. We're not done yet. I know. That should be it, considering the size of these earrings, which from top to bottom, let me show it to you against the hand here. From top to bottom, they are 1 inch and 7/8. So they are very close to being 2 inches in drop length, but look at that. Still wearable. Of the couple of times that we brought this style here, it's not come back. In fact, part of me went, do we really even do this style? I haven't seen it, right? We had these, they go, they don't come back. That is how limited this style is, and I am glad that it is here for maybe even the last look with 2 perfectly matched rubelites. $49.99 is not your final price. Stays as is, so they will just go out just like this. We'll get it polished, cleaned, and put in a pretty box and sent out just to you. 1 caller. $49.99. We are not done yet. This is what it looks like against the ear. There we go, right? It is a large look. And right here, I have the post positioned right where my piercing is. So again, it's not going to look like this. Because like this, then it feels a little bottom heavy. It doesn't feel quite right, right? But like this, where the post is now where my piercing is, it looks better on the ear like this, right? It feels more balanced. And yes, again, the backing will be larger, so it's not going to be those, regular, smaller butterfly backs, right? These will be larger to help balance it out. And this is the fun part, right? The exterior yellow gold may stay put, but as you move, right, the center part, the part that matters the most, it will move with you. And it's not even $49.99. Call me on these. I only have one pair of rubelites in the entire inventory that look like this from the private collection. Let's go back up close here, and I will show you one last time what they look like and see if one caller would like to say, yes, please, I'll take them. These are going to be $4,499, and that is it. $44.99 for our one and only private collection rubelite earrings that should have been $99.99, and here they are in a pair of earrings with all of this gold, all of this diamonds, a design that we all agreed upon, we all voted upon, and it is here. One caller gets it, $44.99. And although I would love to bring the style back, it's not looking likely. So here we go. Last chance on this. What a way to say goodbye. And $44.99 on this one. If you want to see the ring, I did mention I did bring out the largest ring that I have in a rubelite. It is our 1538. So if you want to see that one, let me know. But these are here for the time being. If you want to think about it, take down the item numbers, and that is the easiest way to help us help you. Of course. Of course. So we do have some requests here. So I'm going to put aside my tanzanites first. Let's actually start with the ruby bands here. So we're going to separate our earrings. So ruby and diamond bands coming up, and also the gold quartz earrings after that. And let me know on these. Again, take down the item numbers. It's really helpful for us as even operators to just look up these item numbers. So if you have like a general description, that's also helpful, but what's even more helpful is the item numbers. So just write down those item numbers and think about it. Next up, we have 1126669, and it is going to be that beautiful diamond and ruby band that I had flashed. Now, this is going to be a band that is on the smaller side. However, you can stack these together to give it a larger look. And guess what? We can do it in the white gold or even the yellow gold. And better yet, I have both here today to show you. Now, my personal favorite, especially when it comes to rubies, is to put them in the yellow gold. But I have the white gold here to show you too, in case you don't wear yellow gold or if you prefer the white gold. And here's where we have 67 points of your princess cut Burma rubies and 47 points of your princess cut diamonds. And it is a band. It is a band that has all of your stones channel set, all of your stones even to an extent invisibly set. There is not a gap between your stones. They are set snugly. They are all surrounded by your gold so that it is protected. And guess what? $19.99 should be priced on this one. Luckily, I have a couple to go around. You know us, you know that princess cut diamonds, we had, some parcels here and there. I got to work with a couple of these stones, and they've been all, scattered throughout with different designs. And now finally they are here in a very simple, easily wearable, everyday band. And I even had an idea as if you wanted to wear this as a thumb ring, although it may not be, like a triple row band, it still works as a thumb ring. It's still got enough presence to it. It's still got enough gold to it that you could wear as a thumb ring. If you wanted to wear it as a pinky ring, you can also get it in that size. Here's what we're going to do on this one. We're going to bring it all the way down, but first, let me try it on. And not only will I try it on, but this is what one looks like. The rubies are not exactly like my 1 carat plus stone that I have earlier today, but look at how they glow, right? How the diamonds flash and the rubies glow. And if you wanted to, here's just an idea, if you wanted to get 2 and stack them together, giving it that larger look, you can. And guess what? I'm gonna borrow the yellow gold here and I'm gonna put it on my thumb just like that. Does anyone here have a ruby and diamond thumb ring? I think probably not. This has enough presence to it where it could still work here too. And guess what? If you wanted to get a couple, you can. You are not paying $19.99 for this band. White gold or yellow gold, take your pick. If you want to get a couple in one gold color and a couple in another, I don't blame you. There's so many different ways that you can wear this one simple band. And we are going to make it $999. Take your pick. $9.99 for each. Or if you wanted to get 2, and you know, just stack them together just like this. Right? It's still got enough gold presence per ring to where it's easily noticeable, right? The one closest to me right here, that's in the white gold. The one right over here, that's in the yellow gold, right? You can notice it. Thank you. So we already have yellow gold going out the door here. Again, I don't have a million of these. This is, again, not one of those pieces that can, you know, be here 5 years from now when you request it on a Wednesday night, right? It's not going to happen. So this is definitely a very limited time sort of thing. Once the stones run out, they will run out, and we just cannot bring the style back. So $9.99 on this. We already have another yellow gold going out, so yellow gold is rather popular. No surprise there. Keep calling on these. I mean, it does not matter the gold color. The diamonds are going to be bright. The rubies, you are looking at them right now on my hand. They are glowing. They are not just squares of red. They have fire to them. They have a life to them, right? It looks exactly like that 1 carat stone that I brought in the very first hour. This is what TVON is all about. Does not matter the size of the stone. It's got the clarity. It's got the life to it. This, you know, if you didn't know too much about, you know, gemstones and fine jewelry, and if you saw this ring out there, you'd probably think that it is a lab-created stone. You'd probably think that, oh, it's a man-made stone, it's nice, but I'm not gonna pay $1,000 for a man-made stone. These stones are all natural. You take your pick. We have a white gold going out. These are incredibly popular, and they will not last. So you have to call in right now. Try it out. If you wanted to get 2 and stack them together, you can do that. But they're only $9.99 each for a solid gold, diamond, and ruby band ring. And let me move one more over to my thumb in case you want to see it one more time. As a potential thumb ring, there it is, right? It looks great. It's true to size. And let me bring it up close and show you what it looks like one more time here with the white gold. The back, it is going to be open so you can see the clarity of all of your stones. The width of the band is the exact same throughout. So even though these stones are smaller, we didn't want to just, you know, taper the back and make it even thinner. Then, you know, it's not exactly a wide band, right? That's been stated. But it is consistent in width throughout the entire piece. And here we go, $9.99. Have another yellow gold going out. One color is taking 1 in each gold color. No surprise there. These are incredibly popular. You want to try them out. They are still made of solid 14K white gold or yellow gold. Take your pick. Let's give it one last 60 seconds and we're going to move on into part 2 of Constance's request, which is going to be those gold quartz earrings there. So thank you for the request. And if there's anything you want to request, if it's anything that I flashed or anything that I mentioned, my rubellite earrings look like they might still be here. So call me on that one. My private collection blue zircon still hanging out too, but call me on these. This is the perfect alternative to maybe a thumb ring. Truly this works just across the hand, right? Pinky, thumb, index, middle ring, right? Wherever you want to wear it, wherever you can wear a ring, you can wear these. So $9.99 on this, very popular. Another yellow gold going out, I can hear. And let me know on this one. In the meantime, before we move on to the earrings though, let me also just quickly flash the largest rubellite in the ring that we've had. Looks a little something like that. So I know, right? How is that possible? That is the largest rubellite in a ring that is currently in existence at TVON. So call me on that one if you want to see it. Next up, we have the gold quartz earrings. Now they're going to be a little bit more on the pricey side because they've been rather dressed up. So they've been dressed up with a fancy diamond. They've been dressed up with, oh, 18K yellow gold, right? It's gone through a lot, right? A lot of, improvements, upgrades, this and that. But it also adds to the reason why that I am glad that we are, as the manufacturer, we can go, all out with the design. Doesn't matter if it's, just a simple stud or if it's, yes. Sounds good. Another 2 yellow going out to Ethel. Thank you so much. Again, popular, but we are nearing sellout, so keep calling on these. They must all go. And next up, as I was saying, we are the manufacturer, so we do create a lot of these pieces, right? Sometimes we collaborate with designers. You might remember them. They do the baguette and tapered baguette diamonds, right? They are phenomenal people and fantastic designers. But we create most of these pieces here. And so we have truly the freedom to just go all out with the designs. And that is what we have done for these earrings coming up next. So keep calling on these. Have a couple still here. And next up, they just decided to fly everywhere. So here we go. That is one of them. Plenty of gold going throughout your stone. And this is going to be the other one. So although they are not perfectly matching, they are matched enough in the oval shape, in the size, and in the gold presence where we thought, you know what, put them together in a pair of earrings. And that is what we have done right here. This is going to be 1127795, and this is our 18K yellow gold pair of natural gold quartz earrings. They stay like it is in the 18K yellow gold. I think they look absolutely perfect the way they are. It's almost like the prongs become part of the gold that is in your gold quartz, right? A lot of these pieces, it's like, oh yeah, the prongs are just kind of there they're covering some of the stone, but that's okay because they're kind of necessary. But here, it's almost like the prongs are just blending in with the gold presence in your gold quartz, which that part I really like. Now here's the thing. Gold quartz can be kind of deceptive. I have literally had a stone that is smaller than my pinky nail, and that stone weighed like 5 carats. That was how much gold was in that one stone. So these right here, although they may not be, super small stones or super large stones, these are still 1610 total weight in just your gold quartz. So don't just think that these are 90% quartz and then, 10% gold, right? There is still a substantial amount of gold in each of these stones to make them 1610 total weight. And on top of that, you have 59 points in all of your diamonds combined. Yes, there is a fancy cut diamond in the center. It has not been, set aside, which means that we're just going to price them all exactly the same, like regular round, brilliant cut white diamonds. But I hope that's okay with you guys. Now here is the part that kind of shook me a little. These earrings, I mean, looking at it, I guess it kind of makes sense, but they started at $12,999. So yeah, it's like, okay, I get it. They're custom made mounting. They're in the 18K yellow gold, right? Upgraded the gold purity, upgraded some of the diamonds, and these are not exactly studs, so they do require that much more gold to work with. And yeah, so $12,999. Okay, fine. But what's not fine is if I leave them there. So I'm gonna still do my job, just reading numbers, right? Nothing else. And we're gonna bring it all the way down. We've had studs before. I've even designed a couple of studs before. If you wanna see them, let me know. I did a pair of rounds with baguette cut. I wanna say they were Savorites. And I've also done, ooh, who was this for? Sherry. Request coming up next for Sherry too. So we got a Congo line of requests coming up here, so we'll get to this one. But I've also done a oval shaped, it's a little silly calling them studs, but they are post and butterfly backs, surrounded by like a frame of gold and diamonds. So I've done a couple of gold quartz earrings here and there. And those are still here if you want to see them. This, however, takes it traditional, keeps it traditional, but takes it a step further, right? Just one single stone per earring can change the entire look. Now, if you were to imagine if that fancy cut diamond were not there in the center and that gold quartz were just connected to the backing, right? It still look fine, but when you have stones that I don't think anyone else has, right, then you feel like it deserves a little bit more love. So that is what we have done. And here's what we are going to do. We're gonna bring these earrings down. I'm going to borrow one so I can show you what it looks like against the hand here. Because once again, that diamond, like if you think that diamond is small and it's like, it's just going to blend in and you're not gonna be able to tell the shape, even from here, you can tell that that is a rather fancy cut diamond. That gold quartz at the very bottom there, it is not exactly a teeny tiny little small gold quartz. These stones are sizable. The entire piece is just impressive. And we are not going to do it for even $6,999. I know. From $13,000 all the way down to $69.99, and we are not done yet. I mean, even looking at it from the back, I'm gonna try to make a stop here. Even looking at it from the back, that basket, call me crazy, but I am holding these earrings right now, this one earring, and I feel like I can feel the weight of the basket because of just how much gold it has down there too. And it's not exactly a thin gold weight. So we really dressed these up. They're not going to be even $69.99. We have a request coming up next for Sherry. And we're gonna bring it back up close. I will show you what one looks like against the ear here, and there we go. These stones work for everyone. These stones are not, you have to have a specific hair length, you have to have a specific hairstyle, you have to have a specific taste, you have to have a specific hair color, right? I have blue hair right now. I think these look beautiful together. I could have bright, hot pink hair right now, and I'd still think that these would look beautiful together. And guess what? $69.99 is not going to be your price here today. What a way to add to your collection. We're gonna bring them back up close, take one last look at them, and drop them one last time here. But before that, let me also show you what they look like from the back. Do you see how substantial that gold weight is for just the basket on one stone? Look at that. That is the width of your gold for just a basket. When have you ever seen a basket done with such an incredible amount of gold? I am honestly a little bit amazed, right? Such a substantial amount of gold, one piece, one pair, and we are going to make it $3,999, and that is it. $39.99 for a pair of gold quartz earrings. And of all the pieces that we've had here, of all the pieces that even I have designed, I have to say this one, it might just take the cake for the best pair of dangles that we have ever seen in a pair of natural gold quartz earrings. We have a request coming up next for Sherry. If there's anything else you want to see, like that rubellite, or like the blue zircon earrings that I had flashed, let me know. But next up, we do have a beautiful band ring. And let me just get it out here before you see my face for the last time. So thank you guys for being here with me. My name is Joyce, and I'm really liking the new transition, I must say. And welcome to our last hour. Already 14 minutes in. If you have any last minute requests, please do get them in. And a couple of pieces are still here. My private collection pieces, I think they are all still here. So rubelites, blue zircons, and mandarin garnets. So those are the big three, you know, currently very popular across the board. So if you want to see any of those again, let me know. Coral is still here. I believe my kunzite and aqua pendant, both of them, the smaller one and the larger one that I only flashed, both are here if you want to see them again. If you want to see anything that is still available here with the information, you can let me know. I have everything right over there. I will bring it up, and hopefully you'll get them. So thank you for being here with me, and we have to get to this next request. It is a piece that maybe Sherry was inspired by the diamond and ruby band that we just had, because it has a very similar setting motif, but it's done with all diamonds. And I don't think the price has been adjusted. It is a band that I don't know if it was specifically requested by item number, but it has enough gold in it to make 3 separate rings. And the price has not been changed to reflect that. So it's going to be coming up next. Luckily, it looks like I have a couple to go around. We can do white yellow or the rose gold. It is coming up next. And Sherry, thank you so much for the request. And I am sure a lot of you guys will be very excited by this next piece that is coming up. So let's take one last look at our gold quartz earrings here. Yellow gold only on these. And next up, we have 111 3849. I honestly can't believe that this is here, that I am holding it in my hand, and that the price has been, you know, not changed. It is going to be our diamond ring done with the princess cuts. And here is what we are going to do on this one. So last call on these. We have some people talking about it here. And again, if you have any requests, please get them in. It doesn't have to be for today. It could be for tomorrow. It could be for the weekend. It could be for, you know, any other day of the week. If you're, you know, rushing to go out, or if you have to go to bed early, right? It doesn't have to be for today. But here is what we're going to do on our next up item. Let me just polish it up here. I've gotten a little too excited by this, and I am just so glad that we can do it in the white gold, in the yellow gold, or even in the rose gold. It looks like this. Get that cleaned up. I know, right? I can't believe that this ring is still here. This is our carat 17 of the princess cut white diamonds. Very same way set. And I'm like talking in phrases now. It's the exact same way, setting wise, as this ring that we just had. But you heard me say that this is a band that you could literally make 3 rings out of, right? One in the center, one up there, and one down there. Quite literally. I'm not, you know, exaggerating. I'm not like, oh, you know, so much gold, right? Make as many rings as you want out of one ring. No, quite literally, this ring has so much gold to it that if you wanted to just, you know, cut it down into thirds, don't do that. But, you know, hypothetically, if only the world only worked like that. But what I'm saying is that this is a ring that has a lot of gold. And the moment that this ring was brought out, I actually had an idea, right? If you wanted to maybe even just stack these two together, you could, right? Unfortunately, it's not in the yellow gold right now, but if you wanted to stack it together, I think it works. And let's actually zoom in so that you can see an up-close look, and we can also just take a moment to appreciate this type of setting style, because it's not easy to do, right? It's not exactly, you know, a round diamond, 4 prongs, that's it, right? That is by far the quickest way to set your stones. Here, it's not exactly the case. I've mentioned this before, but it's like, it's kind of confusing to me, right? It's like taking cubes made of ice and then, or snow, and then making an igloo that is curved, right? These stones are not rounded, and yet they follow this rounded curve of the ring. And then just look like right over here, right? And guess what? Every single stone set perfectly. Not one is out of place. They are all set perfectly. This is a ring that will absolutely not catch on anything. If you do happen to wear this ring and it does happen to catch on something, you're a magician. It's not going to catch on anything. If you're wearing your knits, if you're wearing your silks, it's not going to catch on anything. You run your hand across your ring, it is smooth to the touch. And guess what? We will do it in the yellow gold, we will do it in the rose gold. We will ask our jewelers to set every single stone perfectly in whatever gold color and ring size you want. And this is what we are going to do on this one. Supposed to be, well, here is, if anyone is interested, here is that new price. So, supposed to be $49.99, which, sure, right? You have all of this extra gold. You have fancy cut diamonds. They are the princess cuts. They are, the way they are set is not exactly, you know, it's time consuming. And $49.99, that is what it should cost you now to get this ring. And yet, we are going to still honor that same old price. Last call on this one. Haven't had any diamond piece today that is, you know, specifically last call, but this one, it might as well be. $19.99. There is a familiar territory, right? Dropping it. $3,000, just like that. From $49.99 down to $19.99. There, it feels a little better, right? I am not done yet. You're getting a carat 17 of just princess cut diamonds. A ring that, you know, as it's sitting on the wheel right now, look at the wheel. That is what gold and diamonds do. It looks like a disco party is happening on the wheel right here, right now. And this is what it looks like also on the hand. It does taper nicely, so it is still comfortable to wear. And quite literally, look at that. It looks like 3 rings stacked together. It looks like you got the center band and that you stacked 2 just solid gold bands right next to it. And guess what? In today's day and age, you might as well be paying $19.99 for even just a solid gold band, right? And no, you are getting a kind of like a stacked look. And if you know me, I love a lot of gold in my pieces. That might come back to, you know, may not be good in the long run for me, but especially if I'm, you know, starting out now, but it's not even $19.99 for this entire ring. The way the diamonds still sparkle, the way they are set so seamlessly, it is completely smooth to the touch, right? I know, it's like I'm proving something to you right now, but it is smooth to the touch. If you already have this ring, you know how comfortable it is. Still, how everyday wearable this style is. It's modern, it's fresh. And only here can you get it and not even pay $19.99. Last call on this style. This is what it looks like from the side and from the back. So it does taper ever so slightly, but it is still true to size on this one. So if you're, because the warmer weathers are here, if you feel like your hand swells throughout the day, if you wanted to get it a quarter size up, you could do that. I feel like it could still work. But it does fit true to size on this one, just a heads up. And even from the back, you can see through the ring, you can see into your diamonds, how they are perfectly set. These were all done by a jeweler, one by one. And we are going to make it $1,699. Last call on this style. We are going to give it 60 seconds. I am honestly just beyond amazed that this ring is still here and available for sale. And it's not even $49.99, right? It is here, $16.99, white, yellow, or the rose gold. We will do it for you. And this is yet another one of those rings that you cannot call us, 5 years from now and say, 1113849. I want to see that, right? It's not going to be here. The exact same way that this ring right here is also not going to be here. So some rather fancy stones today, some rather fancy setting styles today, but everything so far, fantastic values. $16.99 on this one. Let me know white, yellow, or the rose gold. Another piece that, yes, it has a lot of that gold presence to it. So it's not like our signature styles. It's not like our bridge styles where you change the gold color to yellow gold, you change the gold color to rose gold, and you can't see it. And you're a little bit upset by that, which I get it, right? We want our pieces to look perfect, but when there's too many diamonds, right, the diamonds kind of overtake the gold. But here it's that perfect balance where it's almost like a sandwich, right? You have your gold on the top and on the bottom, and then through the center, that yummy part, you have your princess cut diamonds. $16.99 on this one. Take your pick. If you wanted to get one in the white gold, get one in the yellow gold, this is truly the best time to get it. Again, that price, that original price, it already went up. So again, it's only so long before that $16.99, either it goes up or this piece is sold out for good. So let me know on this one. And we have, let's see, tanzanite to get to. Hi, Sherry. Long time no see. Hi, Ellen. Ellen is early today. Welcome to Thursday, or Wednesday. It's not Thursday yet. It's Wednesday. Getting ahead of myself here. But $16.99 on this one. Let me know. Looks like we already have a white gold and a yellow gold going out here. So love to see that. Rose gold. I've actually surprisingly seen quite a few rose golds go out in this style in the past when we've had this style. So rose gold does not look bad. So if you wanted to see any of our rose gold pieces, I don't think I have any up here today with me, but had a tri-colored pendant yesterday that very nicely displays the 3 gold colors that we do here. So if you wanted to see that for comparison, let me know. But rose gold, yeah, it's surprisingly rather popular in this style. So if you wanted to get it, we can do it. White, yellow, or the rose gold. And Tracy says, I love this band ring. I love it too. It's got that perfect proportion of gold and diamond. So let me know on this one. Gold quartz earring still here. Let's see. I'll get to the blue wing block tanzanite up next. And then I'll get to that private collection blue zircon earrings. Let's see. Let me flash something real quickly, because blue sapphires had a ring earlier today with the double feather look, but there's something about this particular stone that made me fall in love with blue sapphires all over again. Okay, presentation done. The last time I was obsessed with a blue sapphire was, I'm sure a few of you guys remember it. It was an oval. It was in a double halo of diamonds. It had a halo of yellow diamonds around the center stone, and then it had a halo of white diamonds outside of that. And the white diamond halo had a millgrain bezel set effect around each individual white diamond. For the longest time, I had no idea why that ring was still here when that sapphire was beyond beautiful. It did end up going one day, so I'm so glad. But after that, seen some pretty nice stones here and there, but if there's ever a stone that just kind of screams at you, like, look at me, right? It's gonna be that pear shape that I just flashed. So if you wanna see that, let me know. And looks like we have white gold and yellow gold going out for these. Love to see it. Next up, we have our 1127863. It is going to be another one of our Museum Reserve Blue Wing Block D Tanzanites in a mounting that has been custom created and designed for this particular stone. Let me know on this one. We still have a couple available, but we're gonna move on. And we're gonna bring to you this beautiful ring. This is that oval. Now, it's a little bit different from what we had yesterday because this stone is actually going to be slightly more on the elongated side. So a lot of the ovals we see, they follow a very specific proportion, but this one, it looks like it's been a little bit stretched out. So we can't exactly take the stone and set it into any pre-existing oval mounting, right? And we can't exactly just leave it loose, right? Someone should wear this stone. So what we did was we created a custom-made 18K white gold mounting specifically for our 1318 oval Blue Wing Block D Tanzanite. Custom-made ring. It is beautiful, right? You've got your single halo that kind of blends in to your double split shank there. And then just to fill in the gap so it's not just, empty space, we dressed it up with 3 larger diamonds, 3 on each side, 6 total. And of all of your stones combined, you have a carat 33 total weight. This is a beautiful mounting. And honestly, I feel like I've seen a little too much of the signature style. I've seen a little bit too much of the bridge styles, right? I want something a little bit different, right? Even the single halo styles, right? They're everywhere. Anyone can do it. But not anyone can just look at a stone and create a mounting that is so simple yet elegant and that it works with the stone, right? Double prongs for your tanzanites, keeping it extra secure. Deep, vibrant blue color. Bright red flashes, absolutely yes. And this string right here, supposed to be $19,999. It is museum reserve after all. The cutting is perfect, the color of the stone is perfect, the mounting is perfect. And no, it is not too large to wear. This is what it looks like on the hand. It is just barely my size, but look. It is comfortable, it is true to size, and because of the way that the oval cut is kind of stretched out, it gives it just a slightly larger look. And here's just me thinking, but if you wanted to potentially wear it on the index, it's not my size on the index, but I think it could work, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be for your ring finger. How many tanzanite rings do you have for exclusively your middle finger and your ring finger, right? Probably most of them are. How many do you have for your index? Probably not that many. And this is what we're gonna do as we looks like we have some requests here for golden zircons. Did our golden go? Oh, smaller? No problem. We have some options here that we will bring out after this one. Thank you for the request. And let's go. Bringing it back up close here, I'll give you a full tour of this ring. From the front, it looks beautiful, right? It reminds me of that largest blue zircon that we've done where the design, the diamond placement, it really follows what's best for this piece, right? So for the blue zircon, it followed the shape of the stone so it doesn't expand outwards too much. And here it really follows the shape of the oval into the side of the band. And it's a design that really works. Not only that, but look at the stone. It is casting a bright blue shine on the wheel right now. And how many tanzanites have we seen? I don't think I've seen anything like this happen before. We're gonna discount it. Museum reserve still must go. I'm not gonna let it go to the museum. I'd rather one of you have it. Wear it every day, love it, add it to your collection. And $89.99, not going to be your price either. Now we do have some golden zircons too that were just handed to me. I say I must like one of them over the other, so we have 2 options coming up. So we're gonna get to this one. $89.99, not going to be your price. Tracy, you'll have space in your tanzanite box if you get another tanzanite box. Get another box, which means you can get more tanzanites, yes. Thank you, Sherry. Is it Sherry H? Thank you. And let's go. $89.99, not going to be your final price on this one. Again, custom made mounting specifically for this stone. Because it's such a unique proportion of oval, We're not going to charge you extra just because of the custom-made aspect. We're still going to follow the same thing that TVON does and does best, and that is discount this rock bottom so that you can just call in right now, get it. We will size it for you, quarter and half sizes, white gold only on this one, and it's only going to be $6,999 on my one and only museum reserve blue wing block tanzanite, and that is all I have. If I happen to, see something in my box tomorrow, then that's great, but this is it. Had a beautiful, I believe it was a 9-carat just yesterday, flew out the door, and here today we have a 1318 in a ring where they're still diamonds, but contrary to the one from yesterday, the focus is more on that stone, right? It's a more unique cut. It's not exactly a fancy cut, but I have not seen us do an oval before where it's this more stretched out look. It covers more surface area on your hand. And Ellen, that is what I am saying. Make a new box. If you guys are thinking, I don't have enough space in my, let's say, jewelry box for another piece, just get another box, right? Problem solved. There's that much more space now. Yeah, $89.99, $69.99. Yeah, $6,000. I know, I was like, wait a second. $6,999 on my one and only museum reserve blue wing blocky tanzanite for today. This beautiful ring. Let me try it on one more time and we'll move on to some golden zircons here. The requester wanted some smaller stones compared to the one that we had earlier today, which I think might still be here. So I might just bring up all three, in fact, for a look together. But look at that. It is a large stone, yes, but it is not unwearable. I think the skinnier shape of this oval definitely does help with the wearability. Still gives enough space for the diamonds on the sides there, and it's only $69.99. One caller gets it. Truly, if you have a blue wing block tanzanite from us, museum reserve or not, you are definitely a collector. So let me know on this one. Gonna bring it up close for one more look here, and gonna grab my golden zircons here. Now, one I would say is going to be that true golden color. The other one is leaning more like the yellowish one that we just had a couple of not a couple of minutes, but a while ago. So let me know on this one. Now, I'm gonna bring up both options here. So this is going to be the one that I say does read as a little bit more on the golden side. And this is going to be the one that reads more on the yellowish side. So as you can see, a slight difference between the two. In fact, let me go run on over and find my golden zircon, that I'm calling it a yellowish zircon, that we had earlier today. So I'm just actually gonna kind of space these three out, and so we can have a visual comparison between the couple of stones here. I was gonna zoom out, but it looks like it fits. So as you can see, the one over here, it looks a little bit different compared to these two. These two have more of that brighter yellow color to them, while this one, it's still yellowish in base color, but it does have a little bit more of that brown color. And if I'm being really picky here, I'm seeing a little bit of a green, but it's not an overwhelming green. It's just giving it a slightly like a golden greenish undertone color. So this is going to be, I would say, more of that true golden color. It's still a bright stone. It's still beautiful, don't get me wrong. But if you're looking for, I don't know if it's specifically yellow zircon or golden zircons. If you're looking golden, probably here. If you're looking for more like the yellowish color, like the honey color like we had in the center here, then probably you'll want to go more towards this one. Still a bright, beautiful stone. All three stones are, don't get me wrong, but it's up to you, personal preference. And here we go. The request was for a smaller one, so let us actually start with mayhaps this one. This one is going to be 1125674. This is going to be that square cushion cut. It is a bright stone. Gives it the look of a bridge without the extra elevation of the stone, because zircons, yes, they are cut a little bit deeper here. This is our 673, 86 points in the diamonds. $49.99 should be priced Currently in the yellow gold, love it like it is. If you want to change it to the white gold, that would be my next recommendation. Rose gold, probably not. But this one, end of the show is near. It's not even $19.99 on this one. The round that we have coming up next, slightly smaller center stone and less diamonds. So we're gonna go smaller from here. But this is not even $19.99, bright color. Even when it was just in the bag, on the table, you know, a foot away from me, right? Not facing a direct light source, it is still a bright stone. Doesn't require a ton of light being blasted into the stone to make it look like this. You just need one light source, and it looks like that. There we go, right? Same exact thing. It looks bright. The color is open. It is not a dark, murky stone. And let me try it on with our cushion cut one that we had earlier today, just so you can see a slight color comparison. So again, the one on my middle finger right there, we had it earlier. I believe it's still here. And the one on my ring finger brought out by request. But these two pieces, true to size, and it's not even $19.99 for the one over here. Let's bring it back up close, and I will show the other one as well. This one, we're gonna make it $18.88, and that is it. True to size, change the gold color to whatever you want. I'll bring this one here for a side-by-side look if you wanted just to get it for the color. I would honestly recommend this one. We don't really see too many of these, you know, golden zircons in this particular shade of yellow, and quite honestly, this one I am more attracted to. So again, it's up to you, personal preference, but for me, between the two, I do like this one just a little bit better. But the round is still a nice stone, and it is going to be 1127343. So I'll bring all three back in a moment for another look together. But this one right here is going to be that 645 round center stone, also in the yellow gold. Now this one is actually going to be a true bridge mounting. So you still have your golden zircon hovering above your single row of diamonds. And not only are diamonds going underneath through the stone, it looks like there are diamonds inside of your stone. 32 points in the diamonds, $39.99 should be priced on this one. Yeah, this one looks like if you had a yellow zircon mixed with a color change dye spore. I think that is the best way to describe this color stone. Like a color change dye spore plus a golden zircon, like the one we just had. And here we go. This one is not even $19.99. If you would like this, we're just gonna make it quick and easy, $1,399, and that is it. On the last option that we have for our golden zircons here, I'm gonna try this one on the hand as well. True to size too. So there's no sizing up or down here, but look at that, right? This is what the rounds can do. One look at it on the hand, and I just immediately flashback like 2 hours ago to that round blue zircon from the private collection, right? This is what the rounds can do. This is why the rounds with the zircons are so incredibly powerful. It's because they are overwhelming, right? I mean, sure, the color on this one is nice, but if you're deciding between color and flash, well, we can all see which one has more flash throughout, right? And that is, again, not the fault of the stone. It is because of the way it is cut. So it's completely up to you. I'll even bring back the other one here and have all three on my hand here. So it's truly completely up to you. Here is the largest one we had, second largest, and then third largest. So it's up to you. Whatever you are looking for, we have options. I'm glad that we, have options, right? And so $13.99 is for the one in the round. And then yes, that 830, I don't know how it is still here, but maybe it's meant to go home with me. All three are true to size. All three are in the yellow gold. I feel like all three should stay like it is. We will still size it for you. But just a quick heads up on this one though. This mounting, this particular style, we don't really size. Does not mean that we have to keep it like it is in whatever size it is right now, in the size 7. But because of the way the diamonds are set in this one, it is rather difficult to size. It really just, it warps the ring if we size it larger or smaller, meaning that the ring may not be a perfect round, meaning that the prongs, because gold is malleable, right? The prongs might shift. So for this style in particular, because of the way the diamonds are set, we do typically remake this style. So we can still do it in whatever ring size you want. Even if you just wanted to move it a quarter size up or down, we will still go ahead and remake the entire mounting for you. You can change the gold color for all three, but just a heads up on this one, we typically do not size this particular style. So my 2 cents have been said. Here are your 3 options for your golden zircons. Let me know. We are verifying on 2 of them as we speak. Question? Yes, no, yes, no. I will bring them all up and we can see who would like to take what. But here are your only 3 options that we have here today. The round is already gone. Thank you very much. They can get that one in whatever size they need. But here we go. The last 2 options that we have. Our more yellow, bright yellow color here. So there we go. Round is already gone, but in case they want to see it one more time, I will show it up close one more time too. So a beautiful stone, don't get me wrong, but it is just phenomenal. So congrats on that one. And here are our last 2 options here for the golden zircons. And change the gold color, whatever you want. You have your square cushion on the left. You have your beautiful cushion cut. It's a rather fancy cut on the right there. It's like a secret fancy, right? It looks like a cushion, but then once it hits the light, you can notice that the front facet is a diamond shape. So maybe I can call it a secret fancy cut. Definitely is a special stone. And here we go. Do not forget about my tanzanite. Tanzanite's still here. Amethyst studs. Actually heard about the amethyst studs. Heard yellow gold. Heard a yellow gold go out recently, so those are still going out the door until sell out here. And let me know which one will go next. They must go. Both of them, all 3 of them. One is already gone. 1 down, 2 to go. And gold quartz earrings still here for $39.99. Ruby and diamond bands are still going out, still available in case you missed it. We had this earlier for only $9.99. Take your pick in the white or the yellow gold. We had our beautiful invisibly set band. Band is an understatement. We had this one not too long ago for $16.99. The round was 1127343. Yep, congrats on that one. And these 2 are still here for the taking. And the band is still here, still available. Gold quartz. And let me see if I can get in one last item here before we go. I might just save that blue sapphire for tomorrow because I want to spend some more time on that one. We had our bands. My tanzanite is still here for $69.99, that custom-made mounting. And had a lot of pieces today. Gonna start gathering my recap wheel while looking for maybe anything else to share with you guys here before we go. My ruby is still here. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna show anything else. I need to show this ruby one more time with all the information. Maybe I showed it too early here. But in the very first hour, we had a ruby ring. And it is clean. It is beyond clean. And it has yellow diamonds around it. It has white diamonds around it. Not only round white diamonds, but pear-shaped white diamonds. This was 1126685. And this is somehow still here, still hanging out here today with us. This was $29.99. And before you think a carat 18 is nothing in the ruby, I'm going to bring it back over to the hand so you can see the size of your stone, right? Not only of your ring, which by itself is pretty sizable, but of just that stone. And how many ruby pieces have we seen today, right? 2. This one and the band. And I'm going to grab a band right here. It doesn't matter the size of the stones. they all will have those bright, fiery pops of red. Not a single ruby up here on your screen right now is dull, is cloudy, is subpar, right? These are all top quality rubies. The one right here is our carat 18. Looks to me like it's larger. And it's only $29.99. Again, I picked up this ring, didn't look at any of the information, and to myself, I thought this ring is at least $59.99. And I look at it, and I couldn't believe it. And now this ring is still here, and I can't believe that. How is this ring, with a ruby of this high level of clarity, this bright open red color, still here? There are rubies that are darker in color that, you know, how do I compare it to? It looks like a darker red. Not all rubies look like this. They're not all this bright, beautiful, vibrant red color. Some stones, they are darker, and they're not exactly, you know, more desirable, right? This is that perfect ruby. The clarity is there, the color is there, the mounting is there. The mounting we are retiring. We're not gonna bring it back, can't bring it back. Don't have the stones to work with. And it's only here for $29.99. It's true to size on this one. That's what it looks like from the side. Can't believe it. Let's bring it back up close. Maybe one last look is what we need here. But this is our ruby. I'm even gonna zoom in all the way here. It has a water spot on it, so we'll get our jewelers to clean that up for you, but look at it. This is your stone up close and personal. And I'll even block 2 of the lights here. And that is what it looks like, right? It is clean. It is not 100% clean, but it is clean. Cleaner than any other ruby that we have seen here. And it's only $29.99. Now I'm gonna zoom out and I'm gonna bring a couple other pieces here that maybe you have missed out on or are thinking about. One of them being that golden zircon. You know what? I'll bring back the larger one. I'll bring back the larger one here. So in case you maybe missed out on that one is still here. We have our beautiful museum reserve blue wing block tanzanite here to play as well. We had a phenomenal private collection blue zircon. It is a round. If you saw that golden zircon on the hand for the round and you thought, wow, I wish they had that, but with a blue zircon, we did. And before I put it down, I'm going to show it to you against the hand. That is what it looks like. That is just breathtaking. And this ring right here is only $49.99. This stone is a $12.94. And it makes our VS diamonds look sad. Emotionally sad, not literally sad. But it's only $49.99 for a stone that does this. You know, I am not surprised that the round golden zircon went first, right? The moment you put it on the hand, suddenly it's like, okay, that is a game changer. Even for me, who said, you know, I prefer the color of the other two. I mean, between color and this, sparkles, I think we all know which one kind of wins here. And here it is, that round, blue zircon, private collection, still available, $49.99, makes our diamonds look, you know, do better next time. But that stone, that is as good as it gets, and it's only $49.99. We'll bring it up close with the other pieces here so we can see all of our beautiful pieces still here for recap. Have our zircons in the front. And you know what? I was thinking of putting our private collection mandarin garnet up there, but I'm going to change my mind last minute. And I'm going to bring that largest rubellite that we have in a ring currently. You've seen it a number of times before. It looks like this. We had a pair of earrings to kind of match. The earrings are in the round. But if you would like this ring, this 1538 oval rubellite tourmaline in a band with princess cut diamonds only, the last time I had this ring, it was $88.88. If you would like it today, this ring that I am holding right here, it is now $77.77. I know. When I thought we couldn't go any lower, we have done it, and it is here for $77.77. And yes, I will try it on the hand so you can see what it is all about. This is just beyond special. It is a large stone, yes, but it still fits. It's comfortable. It is true to size, believe it or not. Wider band. The band itself is smooth because of the way the diamonds are set. This is like the third piece we've seen today with the diamond set this way, with the stone set this way, and it's only $77.77 on this one. So if you want to see this, if you want to, you know, I don't know, see the information, we can probably bring it up, right? It's not too late. 112-5458. Why not? This is our 1538 rubellite, the largest we have in a ring. It is here. And yeah, last time it was $88.88, and now it's $77.77, and start price $22,999. No surprise there, and there we go. Our museum rubellite tourmaline in a ring, white gold, yellow gold, or the rose gold, but I only have this one stone. Now I do love a good rubellite in the yellow gold, but I have to say I would keep this one in the white gold. Not to save our jewelers some work, but I just think with how special this stone is, where the design is pretty much just very straightforward, where it's just band and diamonds and a lot of gold, I'd probably leave it like it is in the white gold. So $77.77 on this one. If it's true to size, it is a large stone, but still beautifully set, and it works every day. If you love a wide band, this is for you. Melanie wants that blue zircon in a pendant. Well, I'll certainly have to go shopping in our private collection to see. I know, could you imagine me holding a little, you know, shopping cart and just going, I'd take one of that, one of that, one of that, and one of those. But yes, we'll see what we can do here. $77.77 on this one. Let's bring it up close so we can take a look at everything together. Ruby has to go. Of course, Alexandra with the 2 stones coming up next, trying it on. That was earlier today. That was 112-7932, and it was $12.99. Funnily enough, I was actually thinking of recapping that one, but I didn't want to put it up here and then just have, you know, the larger pieces overshadow this one. But this was here earlier today. Had a really interesting Alexandrite ring yesterday, and it, you know, it went right when everyone was dialing in, and, you know, no surprise there, but this was in the platinum. 33 points in your Alexandrites combined, and 8 points in your diamonds. Start price $29.99. It ended up being $12.99 here today, so it is still available, and yes, right now, even on my hand, it looks purple. But then once you take it out of this mixed lighting, it goes back into that blue-green color. I, you know, did the thing for you today where I blocked the lights and the stones change color right in front of your eyes. These are some of the most light-sensitive stones I have ever seen, and it is true to size. It's just currently not my size, but we can do it in whatever size you want it to be in. Let me actually move it over to the pinky here, just as a really quick little idea, all right? Think it could work. Definitely is a wider style band here. So $12.99 on this one. I can, you know what, I'll bring it up close. It is definitely a special stone, special piece that it does deserve an up close look here. So we'll move aside some of our other pieces here. Alexandra, you can see that it is more of that purple color up close. But as I go around and block the light there, it even here on a wheel with these larger stones, even here, it changes colors back into that blue-green color, right? So right there, purple, block the lights, it goes back into that blue-green color. These stones are some of the most light-sensitive stones I have seen, and it is still here. So let us see here. Melanie says, scintillating rubellite. Absolutely. I am honestly very surprised that that rubellite has been here for such a long time. I'm going to move this guy aside here. So here is our final 5. Our final 5 with a lot of private collection, museum reserves, and just my favorite ruby and golden zircon that I've seen in the inventory. So here's your chance. Guys, that ruby ring is only $29.99. It's not $29.99 for the stone and you pay an extra $3,000 for the mounting. The entire piece is $29.99. And even though it may be the smallest gemstone up there, it certainly looks way larger than a carat 18. And it is still here. So if you want me to stay after the end of the show, I'll hang around for a couple of minutes. And if you want to talk about any of these pieces, we'll be here. Phone lines will still be open. And today is, in fact, Wednesday. So I will be here with you one more time tomorrow, Thursday night, same time, same place, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'll just have to figure out what to show you because this right here is it. This is the ultimate wheel of 5, and these pieces all must go. Do not miss out on that blue zircon. That one has to go. You will absolutely love it. But again, thank you so much for being here with me, for tolerating my incredibly monotone voice. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys again tomorrow, same place, same time. In the meantime, have a good night, and see you soon.